Oh yeah.
So, 3, 2, 1. What's going on, motherfuckers? Welcome to the Crocs and Hot Pocket Show. Today is Sunday, September 24th, 2017, and this is episode number 40. Here with me tonight, I have Salty Sam and MrFortyTwo. What's going on, boys?
Kicking.
What I like to hear. You guys are probably the only two dudes that I've done that with that immediately respond. 80% of human beings go, really? Just look at you like, come on, man, it's old enough to be cool again, okay?
I mean, that's movie's still funny as shit.
Yeah.
That was like, what, Scary Movie 2? Or the first one?
It was either one or two. Yeah. I think
that flashback to like the Scream mask with the tongue hanging down.
Yeah.
The first time I watched it, I fucking died.
I think one of the things that makes me the most angry about our generation is how quickly we create and dismiss memes. Like, there'll be a meme for like 5 days and you'll see one of your friends on Twitter, this meme isn't even funny anymore, it's so old and overused. Like, shut up, it's funny still to some of us. We get rid of memes so easy. Like, no jokes become classic anymore.
Get rid of everything.
Yep.
That was really prevalent when Vine was really popular. Like, one week you'd see a bunch of people vining and using a certain meme in all their vines, and then the very next week it'd be gone. And if someone made another Vine with that same meme, everyone would be like, oh my god, that was so last week.
Yeah, like,
it's still funny, come on.
That's like the other day. I don't even know what the fuck I was watching. I went on another YouTube rabbit hole binge watch, and it was an interview with the guy from Vine, Pink Man. He does all those, like, he literally just dresses up in like a pink spandex outfit.
yeah.
I had no fucking idea that he was the originator of the Harlem Shake.
What?
Really? He did it on a fucking video as a joke, and then everybody on the fucking internet did it by like 24 hours later.
Really?
I heard
It was like an interview with him, and he's like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened. I thought it was dumb as shit, but everybody liked it.
I remember.
No fucking idea.
That's funny because I remember seeing. Oh god, I just fucking played it on accident. Sorry guys. There was a video. I think it was like 4 dudes in a dorm room, and one dude was like in his underwear, and they claimed that they were the original Harlem Shake, and got they just started filing DCMAs to other people because everyone was claiming that they were the original, because putting hashtag original in your YouTube title means that you are the original. But yeah, I'm looking at this one right now, and
it wasn't even the same as what we think of as a Harlem Shake.
Yeah, and it's
like
cut.
It's
it's
really,
jump cut.
Really terrible.
Yo, I still like the Harlem Shake.
I think it's funny as shit.
If I was at a concert, I think when I was at Electric Forest like 2 or 3 years ago, I heard the Harlem Shake probably like 10 times before the weekend was over. Every fucking time that jam came on, you know I was fucking out there just doing the motherfucking what's that wiggly arm? The Bernie. Yeah, it just. Oh yeah! Oh, I can do it, baby. That's the best. The Harlem Shake. What is it called? What do you just call the dance? Bernie. Yeah, that and the white dude trap elbows. Those are my 3 signature moves.
First, this will crack everybody up. The first person I ever saw do the Bernie in my entire life was Vans Man.
Really?
And I laughed till I cried. I was like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah, the Bernie, like this. Like, you're too fucking young to even understand the reference behind that. You don't even know what Bernie is.
Oh man, good fucking times. But yeah, I think it was the first time I started hearing about was like when Dat meme came out, or should I say Dat meme? And then within weeks, internet's like, nah, we don't like this meme anymore. This meme's old. Need a new one. And I guess I should be impressed at the internet's ability to create memes. Because There's a new fucking one every day. Something new. What are you gonna do? If you guys want to help support the show, ask a question, or give us any kind of feedback at all, feel free to leave a review for the podcast on iTunes, or you can shoot us an email at crocs@naackers.com with whatever the fuck you feel like. I do have 2 reviews from viewers that I do want to read off super quick, just to show my appreciation for you guys. First one comes from Re81. I would have never in my life sat through a podcast until I met Naaackers and the crew, and now I can't live without them. They give you the chance to meet new people and talk with people that maybe you wouldn't have had the opportunity to talk with, and it breaks that unpersonal level of internet. Naaackers, what you're doing is amazing and awesome, and it's the best. You bring people together, and the information that you pass on to people is endless. From gaming to tech to just random jokes, you keep everyone laughing and bring joy to the people's lives without knowing it. You actually help people through hard times. Never stop being you. That was so goddamn nice.
Right in the feels.
Thank you, Ree. And the second review, this is a completely unbiased review from someone named Matt Weenie. I have no idea who this is. I'm sure there's no outside factors that are kind of swaying her review. So she did leave 5 stars, and so did Ree. So she says, wonderful podcast with fantastic people. The podcast gives me hours of entertainment and always leaves me laughing. A lot of love and a lot of hard work goes into each episode, and they always leave you wishing the episode was 3 hours longer. Good shows, good drinks, good bros, good fun. And those are the 2 reviews that we have for the podcast. Thank you for those that submitted reviews to the show. It does a great deal of help when it comes to where your podcast shows up on iTunes, and so those reviews help very, very much. So thank you so goddamn much.
How do you feel about your girlfriend calling you a bro?
I got bro zoned. I got hardcore bro
You got
zoned.
broed. You got broed, bro.
You know what I love? Dicks. I love getting broed out. All right. Okay. We're going to go around the room really quick. You guys are going to get a chance to announce who you are and where we can find you online. Mr. S, who are you?
Hi, my name is SaltySam. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at @TheSaltySam, and on Snapchat and Instagram, mostly Instagram because Snapchat's dead. Salty all day.
My name is MrFortyTwo. I'm on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitch at MrFortyTwo, and on Twitter, MrFortyTwoTV.
My name is Naaackers. You guys can find me on this very channel. I stream 5 times a week. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram at Naaackers with 3 A's. I officially removed Snapchat from my phone like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I opened it, regretted opening it, closed it. I don't like close it, force closed that bitch, and then just deleted it off my phone. I'm like, there is absolutely no reason to have this app on my phone any longer. The only reason I've opened it lately was because 42 told me that Future Man called an Uber, and then he couldn't find his Uber, and he found it, and the driver was passed out in the driver's seat with his phone in his hand.
and his driver's side window was down and everything. He was just like sleeping there with his phone in his hand.
Sleeping or like ODing?
I'm pretty sure he was drunk.
Yeah, probably drunk. But Future Man's his windows rolled down, and Future Man is standing right outside the dude's window, going, "Hello, hello!" Just screaming,
Buddy!
And he did not wake up. That dude did not wake up, and he did not get that Uber.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. All right, what the fuck?
Guy's probably been up for like 6 days or some shit.
Oh, probably, or like doing taxi during the day and then Uber at night. Those guys are insane.
It's my second income.
Oh God. All right, what are we drinking?
I am drinking chicken broth.
No, you're not.
I'm dead serious. I have a mug full of chicken broth because my son decided to bring home the plague, and he gave it to me. And so I was entirely out of commission yesterday. Like slept for 6 hours in the middle of the day. I just felt like a pile of garbage, and then woke up today and did some stuff, but just terrible. And I didn't want to sit here and like have to keep muting my mic every 5 seconds. So I'm like eating cough drops and drinking fucking soup with honey in it and all kinds of shit.
What's your
So,
cough drop of choice?
whatever my wife had in her Ricola.
Ricola!
Ricola.
Yeah, are those the ones with the menthol jelly on the inside?
I don't know. They taste kind of mentholy to me.
Okay. Yeah, the Ricola that I just had, it was like regular outside, and then they've got like this gel, like this jelly on the inside that's like has a menthol taste to it, and it clears you out very well.
They're doing all right now. It's better than the other day. When I was on Robot's stream the other day, I literally used an entire box of tissues. My nose was just like fucking going.
Yeah, I remember you sounded pretty stuffed.
Yeah, I literally had like toilet paper and tissues and fucking paper towels shoved up my nose the entire time I was on the stream.
Is your go-to a tissue box or a roll of toilet paper when you're sick?
I had tissues, so I use tissues, but normally it's just toilet paper or whatever the fuck I can get my hands on.
Okay, gotcha.
For me, I went over to a friend's house last night and bought a box of Stella, and so I'm just finishing that off tonight.
I think I've asked you this before. Do you think Stella smells like weed?
Smells like weed?
Yeah, like the marijuana.
No.
You don't?
Did you
It's
just
definitely
trick
got
me?
an earthy scent.
What did you say to me?
I said, did you just trick me into smelling my beer?
I
I was wondering if you were trolling me for a second.
No, I think Stella, when you first open it, I think Smella smells like steed. Stella smells like weed.
Oh, yeah,
I
no,
don't- Maybe it's just me.
maybe you're just really unlucky. Every single time you open one, you're around someone smoking weed.
That could be.
The only time I drink Stella is when I'm smoking blunts.
You're gonna love the way you smell. I guarantee it. I am drinking a Monster because this has been one of the craziest weeks ever as far as work goes, and it did not stop going into the weekend. And we're actually going to get into that as far as what we have been up to. Now, chat, there's going to be a little bit of change. We've actually taken two different portions of the podcast and smashing them into one. So after getting some feedback about the show, we're going to make a little bit of a change to where what we've been up to, non-gaming and gaming, is now going to be sandwiched into one topic. That way we have more time to tackle gaming news and discussions and questions at the end of the show. So you guys are going to see a little bit of a change. Just wanted to let you know. So Salty, what the fuck have you been up to, man?
Pretty much the same thing I was up to 2 weeks ago. I was off work this whole past week, which has been awesome. The weather's been great. It did get a little hot the last couple of days. It's been back up close to 90 these last days. But I have spent every waking moment of my life in the past probably 2.5 weeks, I'd say, working on building the base cabinets for my garage. I have all the pieces are done other than the tops, because I'm not going to make the tops until all the cabinet pieces are finished. But the main cabinet, the one that was going to be the biggest pain in the ass, that's got 2 sets of auto close, soft close hinges. It's got 3 drawers that are auto close drawers.
Yo, those soft closing drawers gave me a hard on.
They're such a pain in the ass. Like you really have to follow the instructions on them things to a T, because if you're like a centimeter off, you're fucked. I had to adjust those things for like 2 hours one day. But I have all the doors and all the drawer fronts finished. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with them, because I don't want to just leave them just blocky. Like it's all oak, so it's expensive as fuck. And like this is probably, if I wanted to pay somebody to build this or buy this from a store, this one cabinet would probably be almost $2,000, because it's all solid oak.
God damn.
So I'm not nearly into it that much. Like even with the tools I bought in order to do it, I might be $500 in.
Ooh, what tools did you buy?
I bought so much shit, dude. I bought like 2 dozen clamps and router bits and like so much shit that I really don't even necessarily need for this project, but I knew it would make my life a shitload easier.
Yep.
Like cutting the slots in the doors so that I could put the wood, like the back panel on the doors. Doing that with a table saw would work, but it's a pain in the ass.
Yep.
Doing it with a router bit that cost me like $17, it's like fucking 5 seconds and you're done. So I'm proud to say it's almost finished, and I will be much prouder to say it is fucking done, because I was telling these guys earlier, this is the biggest project I've ever taken on. I have zero woodworking experience besides really shitty, I can fucking work a miter saw type, make a box kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um,
What's in the fucking box?
by far the most involved project I've ever undertaken in anything DIY. All the other shit I've made is just trash compared to this cabinet.
It looks fucking professional, dude. It looks so goddamn good. I know what I think means.
Proud of it too.
I know what I think means nothing, but I'm proud of you, baby. It looks so fucking delicious. It looks professionally done. It looks like that came from a factory of fucking robots.
It doesn't if you get up close.
and also I have like small theories that you actually are a robot, but like a robot with a heart. Like I'm talking like iRobot Will Smith, robot with a heart. Because the things you do manly
brains.
things. I fucking love that movie. But seriously, it looks really fucking good. So great work.
Yeah, and I've been, for anybody who doesn't follow me, I've been posting update pictures every day I've worked on it on Instagram, and it's been going pretty good. Like I said, this one cabinet, I probably have 50, 60 hours in. Easy. And that's mostly because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and I'm trying to be extra cautious because some of this wood is expensive as fuck. I will never, ever in my life use red oak again for anything. It's beautiful and it comes out real nice, but when you're talking about an 8-foot by 2.5-inch board, it's like $19 fucking dollars.
Yeah,
you're gonna need like 10 of them bitches. It's fucking stupid.
Do you have do you have a planer?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I could do my own because there's a lot of Amish lumber mills around here, so I could get custom cut whatever the fuck I want. But I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So the last thing I need to do is throw in a variable like milling my own wood. And then B, shit that comes from a factory is kiln drying. It's perfect all the way through. There's no defects whatsoever. Getting rough cut lumber from the Amish, it's kind of like rolling a fucking dice. It might be half the cost, but a year from now, that shit might bow out like a fucking archway. So,
do you get your lumber from like big retail like Home Depot or Lowe's?
Lowe's normally, unless I'm buying from the Amish. But I just don't have enough experience buying from them to know what all they have. Like the only shit I've ever bought from them is like purpose bought pieces of wood. So like, my buddy made he had some old metal desks that had the shitty like particle board tops, almost like what you would find at like any school ever, the teacher's desk. And so he took the particle board off, and we just got slab cut 24-inch by 2-inch thick oak slabs cut for the top. And it's fucking great, but
Gotcha.
I don't trust it, and I don't want to do all the shit.
Yeah.
Like I've put enough work into this fucking thing. I've been on off taking video of this entire process. Sometimes the camera battery dies and I don't give a fuck. Sometimes the memory card is filled up. 64 gig fucking memory card fill up. Don't even give a fuck. No,
Okay.
still shooting on my G7X.
Nice.
The batteries on that fucking camera blow ass. Like, if you're just constant running as high a resolution as you can do, which is just 1080, it might have 2 hours in it, maybe. And then it's like you're cycling. I have the charger in my garage plugged in nonstop. And then you're just fucking cycling batteries. And I'm like, I don't want to fucking stop working for 10 seconds. When I'm like in the zone, I don't want to stop working at all.
Do you know they make adapters that it's like a makeshift battery that goes into the camera that has a cable that you just plug into a wall?
I thought about finding something like that. Like, I'm sure if I plugged in a USB, like the USB cable that came with the camera, that I could just plug it into a fucking power supply. But then I'm limited by the cord length and all the other shit.
Yeah.
And I'm all like, my shop is big. And so, like, I try to keep all the dirty, dusty shit on one end so I don't have to clean my entire 1,400 square foot shop every time I fucking finish for the day.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's going really well. I'm super proud of it, and I've got one more big cabinet to build before this project is done. Well, and I bought all the shit to run new wiring to the workbenches. I've got pull reels for extension cords and air hoses, and like these things are going to be set the fuck up when I'm done. I also have a plan that I haven't really told anybody yet, but I'm going to be doing my first Arduino project. Arduino, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna put lights inside of all the cabinets and the drawers attached to the face frame, the back of the face frame, and then all of them are gonna have motion sensors on them. So when you open the door, the light comes on.
Yeah, oh, dude, yeah. Awesome.
So
Awesome.
that'll be my first project on that. So, but that's way the fuck down the line. Like, if this cabinet took me 60 hours to build, the next one, which I already have the frame put together, it'll probably take me 15 hours. And then, because I like, now that I fucked myself into red oak, I have to build this one out of fucking red oak.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna have them not fucking match.
It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it.
It will be, yeah.
And then I have to build all the tops. I'm going to build as a giant piece. Like, probably the first one's got to be 6 foot long. The second one's got to be 7 feet long.
Okay.
And second one's broken up because that's going to be a miter stand for the saw. And it's all said and done. And I'm going to make the tops myself. That'll be when the planer comes in handy.
Yeah.
I have so much fucking leftover lumber in my garage right now just from building the garage originally. And then all the dumb shit I've built over the years. All the scrap wood is in the garage. So I'm literally just going to fucking cut every piece down that I have and somehow find out how to make a fucking top out of all that shit.
I want to do the same thing for my next computer desk, is make my own desktop out of lumber.
It's really not that hard. The hardest thing is clamps.
Yep.
You need 1,000 clamps.
Yep. And those biscuit joining is what I see the most common for people that are making their own desktops, is just getting planks and using biscuit joints to keep them all together.
It's definitely the easiest way to line it up.
Mm-hmm.
It's not so much structural. It's just like getting everything aligned. The best thing about having the planer that I have is it's big enough to where I can make, I think, up to 15-inch wide sections.
Okay.
So I can make a 15-inch wide section, glue it up, run the whole fucking thing through the planer, and I don't have to sand shit. And I can immediately go from planer to fucking finish and be done. My plan is to make up like 6 of those 15-inch sections, 3 for the first bench, 3 for the second bench, and then cut it down to whatever the fuck I need.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I'm amassing more tools, more projects, getting special requests The bad thing is that if you let somebody know that you're willing to build something, they want you,
Oh yeah, 100%. It's like having a pickup truck,
which is fine.
which you
'cause
also have.
somebody, yeah, which I've moved every friend I know.
Dope,
All
man.
good.
Well, any gaming in between any of that building?
Not a whole lot. I did get to play with BBR's Bad Bad Robots mods appreciation night the other night. Got to play some Rocket League, got to play some Jackbox, and played some Mount Your Friends, which is hilarious as always. Me and 42 just getting on the competition.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
that
there
game
was-
is so goddamn fun.
There was one round, me and him were just going back and forth. Everybody was just sitting there
Like,
waiting for me and him.
yeah,
We were just like
including
flinging and
robots.
flinging and flinging.
And then of course it was like I think I went for like the big fling and I was way too close to the fucking top and I just went way up and fell all the fucking way back down.
No! And all it takes is one fuck up when you get to that point. You fuck up once and you're done, son.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's been the extent of my gaming.
Word.
I was hoping to be done with this project by the end of this past week. I still have next week off. I have the entire week off, which it'll end up being that I have 17 days off in a row
Jesus.
Yeah.
because of how my schedule works. Like my last day off is Sunday night shift. And then I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off. So technically I don't have to go back to work until the following Thursday day shift. So like October 4th or some shit.
Sweet.
Yeah. So
Fathom.
hopefully that'll be enough time for me to actually get this fucking project put away. And then maybe have some fucking fun and relax on my vacation for a day. It's the only day I haven't done shit. I slept it off because of fucking leaking out of all my orifices.
The whole leakage. Well, keep documenting, dude, because I love following along.
I really can't wait to see how fucked up the footage is going to be. It's basically just, like 90% of it's just going to be fucking time lapses or me just meandering, fucking measuring the same thing 85 fucking times.
And like
Trying to do the fucking math in my head.
80% of the shot is gonna be like concrete floor, like you forgot to set it up.
That's all it is. It's just me scratching my beard constantly.
The
And then
Amish
taking
beard
the air
rub.
gun to fucking blow the fucking sawdust out of my face.
Dope. Awesome, man. Well, good to hear. Good shit.
Yeah.
What you 40 twat?
Non-gaming wise, pretty much just been playing some guitar here and there. Been going to the gym a couple days this past week. Just still trying to get a feel for the gym that I just signed up for. So I've just been kind of taking it easy. Haven't done any like full routines or anything like that. Just trying to make sure there's no meatheads around. They're gonna kick my ass if I step into their area when I'm not supposed to be.
Chicken privilege, bro.
Yeah. I was using those.
You better wipe your sweat off, punk.
I don't even know what I would do if someone did this to me. I would just die laughing.
Yeah,
That's-
I'd probably just laugh in his fucking face.
That and you just pull your pants down and show your penis and start waddling towards them. Like there's that will immediately make
Come on,
them
let's
turn.
lift. Let's fucking lift. Let's go.
Come on, buddy. Yeah.
See who gets the boner first. I bet you I win.
I'm fully torqued, bro. That would be a nice little meat off. You have the best meats,
Oh,
man.
Yeah, other than that, I've been mostly just working stuff. Work would kick my ass this past week. We had a couple of the higher up people that were in a conference out of the province. So everybody at my fucking site decided this was a great week to not do anything. So I got stuck doing
Oh.
fucking everything. So it was a bit of a busy week, but it was good. It made it go by real fucking quick. Yeah, this past week, Canada decided that summer was over. So
Oh no.
It went from
First
like
day of fall for us. Go fuck yourself, Canada.
yeah, it was like the temperature went. I was so used to like this whole summer was like the hottest summer we've had. Like we've had so many forest fires, like just
Yeah.
been super hot all year in Canada. or at least where I live. And then this past week was just like below seasonal, they're calling it. So it was just way colder than it should have been. And it was quite a surprise. Took me a couple of days of going to work in shorts to be like, why did I do this? Why did I go to work in shorts? Gaming wise, pretty much the usual stuff for me. Rocket League. I'm still continuing on with my September long Hearthstone challenge. So I've been playing Hearthstone pretty much every day the past month or so, every night, just for a streaming game. See how high up in the ladder I can climb. It hasn't been going well. I was expecting to do a little bit better, and yeah, it's been a struggle. I don't know if I'm just really bad at the game or if I'm just getting really unlucky.
I might go quiet for a minute because my mic just like broke off.
Wait, broke or fell off?
I don't think it broke. I think the threads are so fucked on this piece. Like this is like a $20 fucking.
No.
Give me a minute.
Okay.
You're gonna be doing the interview, or you're gonna be holding the mic the entire rest of the night.
I will duct tape this motherfucker on.
Yeah, really.
You could probably make your own mic stand nowadays, Mr. Make cool things out of wood, man.
You can make it out of oak.
I summon my inner Amish.
Yeah, so just the Hearthstone stuff been an absolute fucking struggle. Played some PUBG, like I said, pretty much normal stuff for me. Like Salty was saying, we did some Mount Your Friends Jackbox on BBR's stream the other day. Past Saturday, me, Naaackers, Weenie, and my local friend Cal Nohe were playing The Forest. Kind of a continuation on from the last week, and that was a blast since I actually was allowed to stick around and play this time, thanks to my fucking work phone. So
on call.
If you guys haven't played The Forest, if you've been waiting to play it,
go do it.
For how cheap that game is, that was a great time. Don't play it alone. Play with friends. That game is. I could see some people probably having fun with it by themselves, but that game is super good to play with friends. And then the only other thing really gaming wise that I've done is last night I went over to Cal Nohe's house to play with him and a couple other local friends, and we've got a Dungeons and Dragons game going. So we drank a ton of beer and shot fireballs and dragons and stuff.
Yeah. How do you like D&D?
If you play it, like, everybody always associates it with being very nerdy, but if you play it the way you want to play it, like, nobody tells you, there's no rules to it. You make up the game as you go along for the most part. But if you're playing it with people that you can just enjoy being around in general, you can have so much fun with it. Okay. Like my character, his name is Peaslub Thunderbum. Because I want it to be a mix of like serious with not serious.
Yeah.
So you could have so much fun with it.
Good shit. All right. How was your time at the gym going, aside from trying to avoid the meatheads and stuff?
Well, luckily for me, the gym that I'm going to, I'm glad I moved where I did, where I ended up buying my place, because this gym that I'm going to is a 24-hour gym. So not only is it open whenever I need to go, but because it's open 24 hours, it makes it not as busy during peak hours, because people can just go whenever they want. They don't have to worry about it being closed in a certain amount of time or anything like that. So I've been really lucky in that sense. And the gym that I'm at is like, it's fucking huge. Like, it's a 2-story building and it's the size of like a school almost.
Holy fuck.
So like the whole top floor is all cardio equipment, and I've never had to be beside another person on a cardio equipment yet.
Wow.
Like, I've always had space between me and the next person, which has been awesome. So I've just been trying to stick to cardio stuff. I enjoy cardio more than anything at the gyms. I did buy a personal trainer. I bought like a 3-day personal trainer thing. So I actually got to call the guy back, because he called me yesterday at like fucking 9 p.m. And he was like, hey, I got to book up my time. So do you want to call me back and we'll set up the times? I was like, fuck, are you calling me at 9 p.m.?
9 too late for you?
Yeah, well, no, it's just like, it just seems like, I don't care if it's a 24-hour gym and, they've obviously got guys working there overnight, but like 9 p.m. is still possibly time when people might want to be sleeping. I wasn't asleep when he called me, but it was still just like,
the principle of the matter.
Yeah, what about you, Salty? What's too late for a phone call for you?
I don't fucking pick up the phone.
Never fucking call me, you hear?
The only people I ever really talk to on the phone is my wife and my parents.
Okay.
Like, if you call me and your number's not in my phone, I'm damn sure not picking that motherfucker up.
That's how I am. If I don't have you in my phone, leave a message. If you don't leave a message, I'm never calling you back. Ever.
Mhm.
Yep. And I there's people that fucking, I don't know if they're bill collectors or what, but gotten multiple calls from people, and I'm just like, I don't fucking know who you are. Leave a message.
There was a lady at work this week who called me 3 times in a row without leaving a message.
That's part of that impatient bullshit.
Lady, are you trying to fuck me off my shit? I will ruin you. I was so fucking mad. I purposely did not call her back. I was like, no. Even though it's my job to support you in your bullshit, I'm not doing it. I called her back like a half an hour later because I saw her calling, and everybody knows what time I get to the office. There's still people who like to call me 2 hours before I'm supposed to be there when I'm most likely still in bed. Because do I fucking call you 2 hours before you have to be at work? No. But everybody's important, and the problems are so important, it drives me insane. So I've gotten so used to, I'm not on call like you're on call. Like, I don't have an obligation to answer the call. Doesn't mean I don't get them. So like, if anybody calls at any time, it's not a huge deal. But if I'm out and about, or I just don't feel like picking it up, I just fucking won't. Leave a message.
Yeah. That's the way I see it is they're not fucking paying me to be on this phone call. It's the same thing with my work. They don't pay for my fucking phone. You better not call me on my cell phone.
What
If
if
you need to get in touch, then you know where to find me.
So that sounds like a fucking commercial. You know where to find me. What about a text? Like if you get a text from, like, are you always quick to respond text wise, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like talking on the phone. I don't know why. Because I feel like I can't do anything else. That's really what it is. I'm that selfish, and I like my time that much.
Yep.
That I can text you. I can fucking do all kinds of different shit. But like something about sitting on a phone call where you just have to fucking, especially because I live in the middle of fucking nowhere. So 9 times out of 10, the first thing I'm going to have to do when I pick up this phone call is walk outside.
Oh, yeah. Fuck that.
Because my
If it's
reception blows. I mean, I'm a smoker anyway, so I'm going to be outside regardless.
All right. Anything else, 40 twat?
That is it.
Have you bought any new hats lately?
No.
Speaking of hats,
I can't think of anything. But
do you see Lyric's new line of merch that he just released?
Hold on.
Chat, if you like Lyric and you like cool looking shit, go check out Lyric's merch that he just put out and designed by humans. Custom.
Pretty sure you posted it on Twitter today.
Yep. Dope as fuck.
Oh my
That is
God.
some of the coolest merch I have seen from DBH in a long time. And there's like these cool reward incentives for, like, if you buy things, you get like your name put in a hat for a chance to win other shit.
Oh yeah.
Dope.
Damn. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Holy. I like that. I like that he's embracing some new logos here and there too.
Same. Alrighty. As far as myself, non-gaming, work has also been kicking my ass. This has been the worst September of my goddamn life. I am so emotionally and physically drained. I even had to call off one stream and change the game to a stream to another because there's just times, I talked about this a little bit when I was streaming, but there's just days where I can stream, but I can't play a single player game on stream. Like, I just don't have the will and the determination to be the sole provider of a good show. Like, I need somebody else to bounce off of in order to have a good time. Which is exactly where fucking MrFortyTwo came in, my dude. So we played some Rocket League and shit. But yeah, work has been absolutely kicking my ass. But September's almost over. We're getting near October. It won't be as bad. So I can't wait till it's done. Me and Weenie signed up for a gym, also a 24-hour gym, and we went 4 times this past week. And we've been going. The first time we went was just like a consultation with a trainer to, tell us how fat we were. And boy, did she tell us. But she was polite. She was nice about it. And then we went 3 times after that. And we've been going like after 11 or midnight every time. Nobody in the gym, like completely empty. And it's been fucking phenomenal. I didn't think I would enjoy midnight working out as much as I did. And I'm getting the best sleep of my life on those nights that I work out late. Like,
get home, you get a hot shower or a cold shower, you jump in bed, fucking pass out.
Just do not move the entire night.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, getting back on that gym train. I probably shouldn't have done it, and it's like I should have done it earlier, obviously, but choosing to do it the month of September was probably not one of my smartest decisions, because I'm just feeling so goddamn exhausted. But it feels good to get back into the routine of working out, and my running endurance didn't totally tank. Like, I still had like some sort of endurance while I was running, which felt good, because I thought I was gonna have to start like all over with like running, and I was really scared that it was just going to absolutely suck. But I was able to run a mile straight the first day, and then I was able to do it the second day, so it won't be too bad. On Friday we went and saw Randy and his band play a local like beer festival show. They played like 2 songs that they've been working on, and they just sounded phenomenal. It was good to see him and his buddies play live. And then yesterday we went to the like a music, art, and food festival that's in my hometown, downtown. We went to that, rode our bikes up there last night, got some beer, got some funnel cakes, some corn dogs, got myself a Reuben. We got ourselves a burger. It was just a good night of just food, beer, and just like seeing a little bit of live music and stuff. And then I had a family dinner tonight. And yeah, that's kind of it as far as non-gaming. I've been playing, like 42 was talking about, playing The Forest on stream on the weekends. Again, I reiterate what 42 said. If you have not played The Forest yet, play that shit with friends. Don't play it alone. Probably one of my top favorite games that I've played in 2017, hands down. For how cheap it was, unbelievable amounts of fun. Too. Yeah, and I think they just now finished it. It's still, early access, but they finally finished the campaign story. And I was
like 4 or 5 months ago they finally came out with the update.
Yep.
Which is weird because it's technically still in alpha.
Yeah. And I don't necessarily think it plays like an alpha. Like, what bugs have we found?
It's been out for like 2 or 3 years now.
Yeah, so I guess I better fucking not have any bugs. But, I mean, that shit runs very well.
Mm-hmm.
And the storyline is fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's very captivating, very intriguing. I am emotionally invested. And it's one of those games where I have a hard time in my current state of gaming and my age of being captivated by single player games right now. Like the kind of captivation where you're at work and you want to go home and play it because you're so fascinated by the story. That's really hard to come by for me now. And in the past, probably the only game that's done that is BioShock Infinite. But before that, like, I can't really think. I think we talked about this a little bit on one of the most recent podcasts, was just like single player campaigns in the past. But yeah, playing The Forest, playing Rocket League, playing PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. fucking Battlegrounds, man. I hate that fucking game. That game gets me so goddamn mad. And it's not my fault. I'm not good at it, but the premise of the game and how the multiplayer unfolds after you spawn in, it triggers the fuck out of me, and I can't have fun with it. It drives me insane. Like, I don't know about you, SaltySam. You saw me stream pub on Thursday. Honest feedback. Is that just how the game is? Or am I the most unlucky pub player of all time?
I don't think you're the most unlucky one, but you definitely have some rounds that are very questionable. Like it's just like you go through a few houses, it's like, okay, you haven't found a single gun yet.
Yeah. We landed in Pochinki 2 or 3 times in a row, and I hit 4 or 5 houses in Pochinki, and would find one pistol and one round or one box of ammo, and then get killed by somebody with an AR. And that was happening over and over and over. And then we'd land at fucking military base. I'd go in one of the main buildings that's supposed to have guns, run through like 3 rooms, no gun, get a shotgun in the back of the head, dead. And the game is fun. I enjoy playing it when the loot isn't so goddamn fucked. And I just want a fair chance. Like, that's all I want. I just want a gun that gives me a fair chance at defending myself. I'm sure if I played with nothing but pistols for like 3 weeks straight, I could get good at using pistols. They're so goddamn inconsistent and inaccurate. I can't hit anything with them. And when you give me one box of ammunition with 14 rounds, that's no good for me. So it's really difficult because then you'll have like 8 bad rounds in a row. And then you'll have one good round, and you're like, I can forget about those past 8 rounds. But that's how they fucking get you. That's how they just pull you right back in. So,
I mean, that's the same shit that used to happen with H1Z1.
Oh, yeah. Just get that one gut-wrenching and riveting round, and it just pulls you right back into the funness of the whole game itself. But
speaking of that game, for some reason, I think I clipped or I hit a link for a Twitch clip, and for some reason it went to my profile in the Twitch app, and I saw the old fucking clip of us playing H1Z1. When I flipped the fucking Jeep on air and just blew the fucking Jeep up next to that fucking house. Fucking ridiculous.
Oh god, we had so many good times in that game. It's sad to see where it is now.
Yeah. Shit.
And then, Rocket League, and then I was gifted Tales of the Borderlands. So that's what I'm going to be playing after I finish Red Dead Redemption. And thank you, Kest, for that, the game choice and the gift. I can't wait to give that a try. I've been told by so many people that is a really good game, and I'm super excited to play it.
Yeah, I played through it on my stream once, and I that was such a good experience, that game.
Super dope. All right, cool. Moving on to gaming news and discussions. Chat, during the week, if you would like to submit gaming or streaming related news to be talked about on the show, you can post your links to the news channel in the Naaackers Discord. I would like to thank Matt Weenie, Shadow Pro, Sonder for posting links in the news in the news channel for discussing topics. Most appreciated. All of the topics are read over and considered. So thank you so much. These first 2 are just so you knows. Red Dead Redemption has an announcement that is going to be Thursday, September 28th at 11 a.m. So that is this upcoming Thursday. I don't think it's not a release date, but it's a date set to probably release some news about the game. So I'm going to guess that we're not going to see Red Dead 2 until 2018, like early 2018.
Yeah. I'm going to say really hope that we're wrong with that, though. Like, everything in me tells me, it's going to be, okay, we're developing the game, blah, blah, blah. It'll be out in second quarter 2018. But I really want them to go Fallout 4 on that motherfucker and just be like, it'll be out in a week.
Oh,
go
yeah.
Fuck yourselves.
Because they've had how many years? Like, who knows how long they've been working on it
like
in
10
the background.
fucking years that game's been around.
So you want it to, it's 42, you said you want it to be around late 2018?
No, I think it will be.
Oh, okay.
I think this is going to be one of those things where they're just going to release a trailer. This announcement that they're doing, it's going to be a trailer.
Give you an idea what the
very end of the trailer
storyline's going to be.
Yeah, the very last scene in the trailer is going to be coming late 2018.
Gotcha.
I really hope, like, the only thing I hated about Red Dead Redemption is I wanted to keep it as unintrusive as possible, so I never did the quick save warps. Like, I never used the campfire.
Same.
The entire time I played it. I wanted to ride that fucking horse across the whole goddamn country.
Yeah. It's not that big. It's
but
not
by
that
the end of that game, fuck that horse, fuck that country. Like, unless you got the, like, crazy fucking demon horse that could run like 1,000 miles an hour, there's just no fucking way. I'm really hoping it's like the next generation, and there's like more technology.
Oh, like there's not just horses around.
Yeah, it's like a
Okay.
continuation of the first one.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, I've used campfires to save, but not to teleport anywhere because I feel like if I teleport, I'm missing out on all of the non-main quest stuff that's in the fields, like in between. So I've been forcing myself not to do fast travel so that I could experience those. And some of them have been fucking hilarious so far, so I'm glad I'm not.
And there's a shitload of awesome side missions in that game. And the other thing is you know me, I'm a fucking open world crafting psycho when it comes to like just grinding shit.
You're a lore
So I
whore.
would literally just fucking kill and skin animals in that game for like 8 hours straight just to make a fuck ton of money and just go buy the best shit you could buy.
Awesome. All right, and the next, just so you know, is CCleaner has distributed malware. So this is a very popular Windows app called CCleaner. And it's made by a company called Piriform, who is actually owned by Avast. So if you have the latest version of CCleaner, make sure to uninstall it and do yourself a virus scan. I would wait until you hear from the company about the readiness of this app before re-downloading it. Piriform, owned by security firm Avast, says up to 3% of its customers have been affected after using CCleaner 5.33, offered for download between August 15th and September 12th. And CCleaner Cloud launched on August 24th. Thankfully for me, because CCleaner forces you to go to the website to download the update, hadn't updated in, I don't know, years. Or like the last time I updated my operating system.
I probably still have the version that you included in the zip file from Geekmatic TV.
Oh, Mr. Fix-It?
Yeah.
Goddamn. Yeah, because I mean, like, what updates? Like, just clean my shit. So yeah, check that out, and don't let this deter you from using software, because this stuff is gonna happen. This is the nature of using computers. The software itself, it wasn't, maliciously manufactured. It had just gotten hacked. So as you know, Piriform is the creator of other software like Specky, and Specky's fantastic software as well. So just uninstall it, let them figure the shit out, and we promise, or no, I shouldn't say that. That's a little far-fetched. It'll be okay. Don't you worry. Just as long as you do a virus scan and check your shit, you'll be fine.
Yeah, and the one thing that I appreciate about this whole thing is they came out with it immediately.
Yep.
Because this bullshit where fucking Yahoo gets hacked and like 8 months later, they're like, oh yeah, 4 billion fucking people are fucked.
Yeah.
Or Experian getting hacked and fucking 3-4 months later they're like, all of our people are fucked. Like, there should be some sort of government regulation around telling people when their fucking information has been compromised.
Yeah, that shit should be immediate.
So if nothing else, it tells you that Crap Cleaner is actually a somewhat decent fucking dev team to where they tell you this shit happened.
And this is after they got bought out by Avast. Like, they are owned by one of the biggest like technology conglomerates around, and yet they still hold true to their morals. That should tell you something.
Good people.
Real quick before we get into this other news, I was looking on Steam, and I was looking in my wallpaper folder on my streaming PC, and I've got this folder that has all of my gaming wallpapers from games that I've searched wallpapers for, and there was a lonely folder called Grav. And I opened it up and I looked at the screenshots, and I got legitimately sad because I remembered the amazing time that I had playing that game. And I went and checked Steam charts, and there's 22 people playing that game right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and it's
22.
Like Steam charts, Grav. And it's
Jesus.
been sub 100 for a year, almost a year and a half. Like, average players for the last 30 days is 9. And peak players for the last 30 days is 26. So that game's dead, pretty much.
Yeah.
But it made me think...
9? That's probably just the devs.
Yeah, probably. Like, making sure the servers are still, like, playable.
Well, they don't take care of their own servers anymore because they're fucking shithole.
Oh, God. We don't even get into that because that's just going to make me angry.
Every time I think about Grav and I'm like, I want to give it another shot, I think about them stealing our fucking money. And then that just tells me, fuck them. They got what they fucking deserve.
It still makes me sad though.
That was a great game, and really, that was one of the first games that you and I had played together.
Yep.
For any length of time.
Yep.
That was prior to Rocket League.
There was a while where I was watching you playing it, Naaackers, and just like how much you were talking about it and how much you were playing it and just the way that the game was, I was like, oh fuck, he's gone.
Yeah.
I mean,
We need to just, he's gone.
He
He's
went
done.
out and rented a server on his, just so he could play a continued game, non-PvP. That was fucking great.
I think that's probably the only game other than Rocket League that I've gotten that excited about and that obsessed with. I miss it.
We had, like, it was a shitload of fun. The graphics were fucking amazing. That was way early, too. So now there's supposedly they have, like, missions you can do.
Yeah.
And, like, NPCs throughout the worlds. But it's like, the thing for me was, and it's the same reason I like Ark. Well, one of the main reasons I like Ark. You could get on that game. Nobody could be online. You could just farm and just listen to the fucking music and the sound effects of the fucking animals running around and shit. And it just sounded amazing. Like, fucking Ark, they actually recorded in Abbey Road in England. They recorded a full orchestra for their soundtrack.
Wow.
Like a fucking 90-piece orchestra.
Holy fuck.
If you ever want to see it, it's a great YouTube video. They did a behind the scenes of it, of Ark recording their soundtrack. But it was recorded, like, the sound engineer was the same guy from, I think, Inception.
Huh.
Oh, damn.
He recorded the fucking, I think it was Inception. It was either Inception or Interstellar, one of the two.
Well, aren't those both Hans Zimmer?
He wrote the scores, but like
Okay.
the sound engineer in the booth and stuff.
Gotcha.
But great fucking video. It's like a 4 or 5 minute video that Ark put out. But that's the thing that will get me into a game more than anything, especially the way I've been over the last year or two, where if I have time to play, normally it's off peak hours where nobody's fucking online, where I can just get on. If I can get on for 20 minutes and just farm a little bit and just like get immersed in the fucking environment, and the music is awesome, like, good stuff.
That was my thing. Is I would put on I would find 2 or 3 hour like chill step playlists on SoundCloud, and then like me and a couple other dudes would just jump on and we would just farm resources for hours. And you could explore entire fucking planets and find new things. And that's the best part about getting into those survival, like exploration games, is exploring and like making camps and finding shit with friends and like coming across like challenges, like new creatures and species that you haven't found before. And I just got so goddamn captivated by it, and made me sad.
Let's play it again.
Let's
bring that 9 up to a 11 or 12.
Yeah, should we?
Just think, if we just got like everybody who used to play it in GSN, if we just all got them all at once, we'd make like 80% of the population playing the game.
Yeah.
At that time.
Oh, and the base building. I've never had so much fun building bases as I did in that game.
Our bases were way too big.
Yeah, they were
resources. We'd have like 4 people just chopping down trees for like an entire day just to keep the generators running.
Also, the most satisfying resource hunting for me, just having a gravity gun that sucked resources dry and seeing those numbers tick. Oh, I gotta get higher numbers. Oh, I gotta get more numbers.
Gotta get a better gun.
Yeah. So
I never even did any of the shit to get better stuff. I just farmed.
Oh man, I did all that. Just farming to try and get like, because there was so many, there was like a fucking family tree of resources that it all broke down into, and you had to get to different parts of the map and get to different like planets in order to get these other resources to upgrade your armor and your gun and your resource, fucking the shit gun that sucked up dicks. That thing. But yeah, that was such a fun game for me. So I'm down. If we can find something to play, we should do that. We should just boot it up for a day and see what happens.
Let's do it.
Let's do like a Saturday or a Sunday. Start at like noon. Start shots every hour. Jägermeister, Fireball, and milk. We'll just rotate. Shots of 2%, bitch. So the point of me bringing this up was: is there any games that you guys thoroughly enjoyed, but unfortunately just didn't take in the communities and then just died? Are there any that still hurt you to this day?
Actually, one of the games that I really like that I've told y'all about, Road Redemption.
Yeah, I still need to play that.
It just left early access. Well, they announced on last Thursday that it's leaving early access and going full release next month. So they changed in Steam. It says Road Redemption, and in parentheses it says review copy.
Huh.
Like anybody who already owned it, it's like the first release. But now they call it, instead of being rogue-like, like you restart everything when you die, they kept it so that when you die, you lose all your power-ups and shit, but you don't lose the XP. So you have shit, like you can still use the XP to unlock higher motorcycles, better weapons, and that kind of shit.
Okay.
But still a great game that apparently 3 people I know in Steam, one person, I don't even know who that is, BBR, and then Blade, they own it. But great game, but it's got multiplayer, but I think it's just local multiplayer. I don't think they have online multiplayer, which is terrible.
Okay.
It'll never pick up.
Sad.
But if anybody who played Road Rash 3D on PlayStation, it is identical, better graphics, better weapons.
Okay. I've got it on my wish list. I'm still planning on getting it one day.
Definitely for me, the one that will always be near and dear to my heart at games that died would be Star Wars Galaxies.
Yeah.
And not I mean, the game was around for a while. Like it was live, all the servers and everything. If anyone doesn't know what it is, it used to be an old Star Wars massive multiplayer online game. So it was basically like World of Warcraft, but in the Star Wars universe. And it was definitely a very buggy game. It definitely had some faults to it that, it wasn't ever going to be as big as World of Warcraft, but it was very fun in its own unique way, just in the sense that like you could, like we had our own town. Like you could actually make your own town, name it yourself. You could have a mayor of your own town on any planet you wanted in the Star Wars universe. Yada yada yada. You could do all this really fun stuff. And then I remember the day that game died, which is when they came out with like a new combat system for the game, basically trying to reinvigorate the game or make it better. And I remember everybody was in the town squares for some of the major cities, and everybody was there just like crying on over the chat messages. Everybody was just like, "Oh my god, we have to quit the game now because it's gonna be broken." And everybody was so upset. I was like, I was still a little too young to really understand how much that was gonna affect me later on in life. But now I think about the game now, and I'm like, fuck, I miss that game so much.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Are you afraid? I think about this all the time. Are you afraid that you're never gonna have a gaming experience like that again? I seriously think about this all the time.
I mean, I don't think I could ever have something like that exactly, just because the amount of free time that I had in my days to be able to play that game as much as I did, couldn't do that now, right? But yeah, just like the way that the game felt at the time I was playing it, and just like how immersed I could get myself in that game, and how much fun I could have, like, because it was like such a perfect game for me. Like everything about that game I enjoyed so much. And it's just like I don't think I'm ever going to enjoy a game as much as I enjoyed that game at that time. But I still really like where gaming is going right now, even just for me. Like the games that I enjoy playing now, I love playing. But yeah, to think about that specific game, I don't think there's going to be any way that can be topped, just for the way that game made me feel.
I just like you have to. It's hard to think about because you want to say you don't want to have another game like that because then it would make that experience like other ones you've had. It would make it stale. And then at the same time, you have to look at where gaming is now and look at the quality of game that you can play now just because of the way that graphics and the internet and, you know, things like Discord that have come to gamers. It's just different. But I think of all the things that I missed out on because either just like wasn't allowed to play certain video games or because the internet connection we had at home restricted me from playing things like Star Wars Galaxies or City of Heroes or World of Warcraft. And I think that's why I never want to stop gaming is because I'm afraid I'm going to miss out on opportunities like that to be fully immersed. And I think I tell myself that so that I don't stop gaming. Because do you guys ever have times now, like in your life right now, where you're like, I could probably stop playing video games? Like have like a small glimpse where you say, you know what, is it time to give up video games? And then you snap the fuck out of it and realize, no, it is never time. It is never time to hang up the controller or the keyboard and mouse or what have you. But it's just something I tell myself all the time because I'm always afraid that I'm not going to have an experience like that again. And I want to. Like I want to so fucking bad. And Rocket League has definitely been a game for me that has really sunk its hook in deep and a game that I always have fun playing and something that always brings me back.
Well, that's kind of what I'm at right now. I mean, I've been how many episodes have gone by so far that I really haven't played shit unless I'm playing with somebody else on their stream?
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, do I miss just blowing a whole day playing video games? Yeah, but I mean, while the weather's nice, especially this time of year, I'd rather be getting some shit done. So it's one of those things where I'm definitely not as addicted to it as I used to be by any means. Like first month Altus Life server, just meeting GSN Gaming, you couldn't peel me off this fucking computer. If I was working 80 hours a week at my real job, I was working 90 here. Like it was just like nonstop. And kind of the same thing when I got into adminning ARC servers. I would be on ARC 60, 70 hours a week.
Oh my God.
And was still doing that up until a couple months ago. But yeah, I mean, I think the thing for me that keeps me from getting too overloaded with games and like burning myself out is the fact that I can't really stream. If I could stream, I'd still be gaming 5 days a week. Like,
yeah.
If I had the internet connection that was fucking stable enough to stream all the time, I would fucking stream. And that's where I was gaming the most, was just streaming H1Z1 or streaming Rocket League.
Mm-hmm.
But ever since my connection went to shit, as far as the stability of it goes, I mean, I've always streamed on the same garbage ass internet, but it was just dead stable. I could set my OBS and it would just be there. But it seems like between random fucking, like if I wanted to stream now, I close every fucking window, period. I don't even moderate my own stream through my computer.
Oh man.
Like I do that from my phone, which is connected to 4G.
Just milk that data.
Yep.
Fuck 'em.
I think something that Paul just said in chat, that there's so many people online to game with. I think that's also one of the biggest. If the internet didn't exist, I don't know if I'd be a gamer.
Yeah.
Because I think my game type, my persona, and my personality, I think I thrive off of other people. I mean, that's just my build. Is I pick up off of other people's energy, whether it's negative or positive. Sometimes I can do things on my own, and sometimes I need other people to enjoy things with. And right now, that is a huge part of me, is being able to bond and to bounce off of other people, which is why streaming is such a huge thing for me. And, you know, they always say if you can't stream to an empty room, you probably shouldn't stream, which is like true for the most part. But when you get people in your chat and then you don't have people in your chat, I call myself an introverted extrovert because I can be both. If I don't have people to feed off of, it's not that I'm not having fun. It's that the fun has been drained from me. Like being hung upside down by a serial killer in a garage, like trying to fill in a blood bucket. And it's like, I get so much enjoyment off of being able to connect with people around the world. And I think that's why I favor my online life with my best friends so much over my real life friends. I have some really solid real life friends. 80% of them live out of state, and I can't hang out with them anyways. And I have some really solid in town friends that are local, but it's people online who are in this environment that understand what this life is like. And there's just so many. I mean, I met my girlfriend online, like playing video games. That's insane. And I have such a love for it. And I think it's that draw, the people that I've met online that keeps me here.
I've had a couple ex-girlfriends and whatnot that, you know, they like, I haven't been lucky enough to find someone, especially through gaming or any of that means that, you know, I've been dating type thing. But like the
What
last
am
couple
I to you? Wow.
No, I mean,
I'll suck your dick, 42.
Listen.
Come on.
I didn't mean it that way. But you know, the last couple girlfriends that I've had, you know, have definitely given me trouble for how much I play video games. But you know, they've always been like, oh, you know, when you get older, aren't you gonna be sad that you didn't, you know, go do this? Like, what if this mountain range collapses and you never went and hiked it, and then you never can because it's gone now? And it's like, you know, it's little things like that that I can understand where they're coming from when they tell me these things, but at the same time, like the way that I kind of look at it is like, as long as when I grow up, I can look back at the time that I've spent gaming, especially with the online friends that I have, I'm happy with it. That's all that matters to me. I don't give a shit what anybody else says.
Exactly.
As long as I can
Well,
go look back and be like, dude, I met this guy named Naaackers, and fuck, we play games every day or every week for however long, and you know, we'll probably still be friends at that time too. And it's like, if I didn't do gaming and stuff, then I wouldn't have, you know, if I wasn't gaming, I would never have done that stuff.
Right.
And
Like,
I don't
would've
even
been
really.
unhappy.
It's no different than any other social activity that normal people do. Like, I've spent thousands of hours on my computer talking to fucking people I've never met, and I don't really give a shit. Like, I hang out as far as outside of online friends. The same people I hung out with in 8th grade are the same people I hang out with now. No more, no less. Like, that and the fact that I have a kid, that shit's out the window. Like, I can't just drop what I got to do and go get shit faced at a party or do any of that stuff. Like, I was a dumbass 20-year-old when I was 17. Like, I've had plenty of social interactions that were much less productive
Yeah.
than sitting in my house. And that's the one thing about my wife. She's been overly tolerant over the years because she came into my life about the same time that PC gaming came back into my life.
Oh.
I built my first big rig PC. Had to be 2014, maybe.
Okay.
That was when I first came into like GSN and everything, and we met in 2014. So it was like my gaming addiction went through the fucking roof right at the start of our relationship, and I think the only thing she really gets pissed about is that I don't really give a fuck about sports anymore. I cannot watch the NFL at all anymore. It's too political. I don't go to sports for their bullshit politics and your soapboxes and lawsuits and everybody complaining about concussions, but still not bitching about that $10 million paycheck. And I can't any of the sports that bring politics into it. I don't want nothing to do with. So I'm pretty much left with hockey. And Lord knows this year they'll probably fucking fuck that up too.
Don't say that. Hockey's got class.
Hockey's just a sport.
It's probably my favorite to watch out of all of them.
Number one, no, I never see any of those guys anywhere but on the fucking ice.
Right.
That's the main thing for me.
Nobody's beating their wives. Nobody's like crashing $50,000 or $500,000 cars into
they're beating
nightclubs.
their wives in Russia where they don't care.
I should have laughed at that.
You can't look at Ovechkin and tell me he hasn't beaten somebody up in his own house.
I mean, by the looks of his face, I mean, I think hockey player wives are probably beating their husbands right back. You gotta be a fucking tank to be a wife of a hockey player.
Fucking crazy, man.
Everybody thinks that hockey players get their teeth knocked out by pucks. No, it's their wives just beating the shit out of them.
Probably.
Well, it's funny too, because like even just, I mean, I'm not gonna get into obviously any of the politics of it, but even just watching NFL today, see all these guys doing interviews after their games, and they're wearing like the craziest outfits all the time, like because of the amount of money they make from it. But then you watch hockey interviews, and they've got all their teeth knocked out. They're just like, oh, you know, we get the puck down the ice, and fuck, bud, it was a good game.
Yeah.
Even if they lose, it's the same interview whether they win or they lose. We went out there and we played our hardest, and you know what? We'll walk away and we'll get ready for the next one. All right.
Yeah.
I think we've talked about this, but post-game interviews trigger the fucking shit out of me.
Yeah.
Because the reporter
Because nobody wants to be there.
No. And they'll start interviewing a coach or even a pregame interview. We're like, all right, what do you think you need to do to win this game? Well, you know, I think we need to get our players out of the bullpen. We need to get them out of the field. And when they throw the ball down to the plate, we really got to get players that are going to hit that ball, you know, out into the outfield past the stands. I think if we score more points than the other team, you know, I think we'll come out with a win. All right, thanks, Tommy. All right, thank you. And then it's like, what? You explained how to play the baseball game. What the fuck? Yeah. It makes no sense.
You're going to go out there and you're going to give it 110%.
It's like, so why do you think you guys lost that game? You know, I really think the other team I think they just played really well. Every time the ball got hit into the outfield, they caught it without letting the ball hit the ground. And it just looks like their players ran around the base, you know, more times than our players did. And they came out with a win.
Or it's always the other thing where it's just like, well, you know, I thought we played pretty well, but they played better.
Yeah, obviously. What the shit, man? Play a Fritos commercials. Fuck.
Well, damn it.
Yeah, right.
The funniest thing is when a coach is new or a player's new, they're all excited about the interview, and then like game 984, yeah. You're just Greg Popovich from the Spurs, and you just go up there. That's a stupid question.
Yeah. And
it's also a stupid question. Goodbye.
As the interview is going on, you can see the coach slowly moving farther away and starting to like turn his shoulders. Oh man. All right.
Well, nowadays you can't watch a post-game interview anymore because they're not even talking about the fucking game.
Right. Yeah.
They're talking about some bullshit lawsuit or some guy flipped his number upside down on his locker room fucking name tag. Who cares?
Conspiracy.
Play the sports. It's sports. You're not a fucking politician. It's sports.
42. There was some BS with some Hearthstone shit. So I basically saw an article that said Hearthstone was going to be making some changes after a bamboozle of fuckery that happened at the recent tournament. So what happened with that?
So basically, Blizzard has an official tournament that they call the Hearthstone Championship Tour, and they recently went to having most of the games run through online instead of being local. So they used to actually fly all the contestants in the tournaments out to a venue and just play all the games locally and just do it that way. They would have them sitting literally across from each other, chair to chair type thing. Now what they're doing is they're making everybody go to a specific venue close to them in their region. Like they'll do like one weekend they'll do HCT Americas, so it'll be like in North America, North America and South America, and then they'll do next weekend is the Europes. They'll do everybody in Europe and they'll play everybody there. But what's happening is that in this they had HTC Americas not too long ago, a couple weekends ago, where people were having connection issues. So because Hearthstone doesn't have like an official tournament mode to it, they were basically like, you're basically just, if you take two Hearthstone accounts and just challenge each other for a normal friendly game, like if I was doing it with a friend, game to game, like I would be doing right now, that's exactly what they were doing for an online tournament. That's an official tournament.
Like
there's
just P2P, pretty much.
Oh yeah, and there's no tournament rules. There's no tournament mode to it or anything like that. So the problem that they were having was that a lot of people's connections at these official venues that they were telling the players to go to, most of them were being like restaurants. Like they would actually, yeah, they were actually like telling these players that they would have to go to these restaurants, and then the restaurant would set up like a room for them, and they'd put like a backdrop up with a computer and a camera and everything like that. But then all these players would have connection issues at these tournaments, and it would actually fuck up their entire tournament. There was one guy at this HCT America named Luker, who he was winning a game, and the way that theirs work, you take each player brings 4 decks to the tournament, and when you're playing the other player, you get to ban one of their decks so that they can only use 3 of them, but you have to win with all 3 of your decks to beat that opponent. So it's not like, it's not like a best of 7. It's you have to win with all 3 of your decks in order to get past this player. So the one guy was up 2 decks to 1. Like he'd already won 2 games. He only had to win 1 more. And then something happened with the guy that he was playing against, or I can't remember how it all went down, but they had to do a regame. They had to start the whole game from scratch. They didn't, because there's no tournament mode in that thing where they can like reset the game back to a certain state.
Yeah.
So they had to literally regame the entire thing. And because that game is all based on RNG, like you're starting the game fresh when one guy was already winning by a certain amount, and it royally screwed him up. And I think it ended up making that guy lose the game who was up.
Oh my god. Yes, Rekful, can you please head to your local Olive Garden? If you go through the men's restroom and into the back room, you will find a computer and an opponent. Thank you.
Yeah.
And
What?
2 for 20.
Damn. That's
bullshit.
Those restaurants got like a fucking like Netgear 2.4 gigahertz wireless router, like a single band router holding up their entire network.
Well, and I was reading up an article just kind of refresh myself on it, and I was reading too that they were saying that there was some of the venues that like they'd have multiple people at, right? Because they they lived in the same area, and they would actually have just multiple people at the same venue. They would actually tell the players who weren't playing, don't watch the stream while you're in between your games because our bandwidth can't handle it.
Jesus Christ.
That sounds like sketch as fuck.
Yeah, and it's like, and this is like, and there was some people, I think,
tournament.
I can't remember if it was that guy Luker I was just talking about at the HCC Americas, but there's been different scenarios of this as well, where people who have had connection issues or something wrong with their game, and it's cost them a free trip to Los Angeles or a free trip to a different location to play in the rest of the tournament because of this bullshit non-tournament mode thing that they have. So apparently a guy named Ben Brode, who's like I think he's like a community lead or some developer head person for Hearthstone. Apparently he came out and he, said, we're going to try and fix this because, yeah, this is bullshit that this happened. He already knew that this was happening, but now that everybody raised a big stink about it, now he has to do crowd control for it. So
yikes.
I don't think anything's going to change.
How do you expect to fucking support yourself as an esport or try to get to that level of esport without actually focusing on the fucking sport itself?
Yeah, well, like the backbone of tournaments.
Well, and apparently they didn't even originally, when they made Hearthstone, they didn't want it to be an esports game. Like they just wanted it to be like a simple card game that you could play that was based on the World of Warcraft universe. And then it just started gaining so much popularity that they're like, hey, let's make an esports game out of it. And then, but now they don't have anything to back it up with.
So I mean, they have had to have made hundreds of millions of dollars off of this fucking game.
Oh yeah.
It's Blizzard, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
They're building a goddamn arena.
Yeah, just for
Yeah.
They're
esports.
building their own fucking arena. I think you can figure out how to make a fucking Hearthstone into a fucking tournament.
Yeah.
Speaking of that arena, road trip. We're fucking. I don't care
Where's
what
it being-
game it is. Los Angeles, I think.
Oh, is
Yep.
it? Okay.
They're building their own esports arena.
I did hear about that. Yeah.
Oh, we're fucking going.
If even they don't even have to make a game that could even remotely be played. It's in a fucking arena devoted to nothing but esports.
It could be a Roblox tournament. I don't give a fuck. I'll go dressed up as a Roblox motherfucker.
The amount of money they're gonna make for hosting events is gonna be fucking insane.
Did they say what they're naming that arena?
I didn't read into it that much because I don't play.
I'm assuming they're
anything
going to
from
be
Blizzard.
using that stadium for just more than just that. Like just more than just Blizzard
The
stuff.
main purpose of this is esports.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming, like any other arena, you're gonna rent it out to fucking bands, and shit. In the meantime, between time.
I swear to God, if they give it some stupid corporate name like Little Caesars Arena, like they just gave to the new Red Wings rink, I'm
Papa
gonna
John's
lose my shit.
esports
Did
arena.
they really call it Little Caesars?
Little Caesars Arena.
Yeah.
Yep. Even with Mike Ilitch just passing.
Joe is dead.
Yeah, just fucking dead.
God damn it.
Funny story
It's not
about
even
the
good
Joe.
pizza. It's shitty pizza.
Yeah. They melted the ice rink at the Joe Louis Arena and put
Bottled it.
they bottled it up and they're selling it for $80 a piece.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
If you want water, unfrozen water from the Joe Louis Arena in a bottle, $80.
And the stupid thing is, you have no fucking idea.
No.
It's just
Exactly.
water.
Yeah, it could have been a water
Poured
bottle.
it out the tap. It would be the exact same.
Why is that?
chemical-
Why did they
I
do?
mean-
Because isn't it? It's different ice every time they make that fucking arena. It's not the same ice every time.
Right. And if you have
Well,
a stadium.
Joe Louis, they never fucking. I mean, they thaw it out, obviously, like here and there, but the Pistons don't play there anymore, do they?
No, but Pistons are moving back down to Detroit. And
Right, with the new stadium.
yeah, and that's what they're going to be doing now. But yeah,
What I'm
up
saying.
until then, it was just ice.
That was all that was there.
Yep.
They
Ice
didn't
and then
have to put. They didn't have to put the basketball floor over top of shit.
right. So yeah, that's just like there. But yeah, they better give it some cool fucking name, like the Bang Sanctum. If it's not named the Bang Sanctum, riot.
They're probably just going to call it the World of Warcraft. It's Blizzard.
They better not. There is no, but that I guess it's up to them. But Bodie McBoatface Arena, please.
That's what, like, the company that I work for currently, even though we're splitting off, or we're supposed to be split off already, but the company I work for currently, I honestly think they bought up my old company and two other old companies I had just so they could take over their corporate sponsorships for football stadiums. Because they have corporate sponsorships at FedEx Field, which is the Redskins stadium. They have corporate sponsorships at the Eagles Stadium in Philadelphia. They have corporate sponsorships for San Francisco's new stadium,
Damn.
49ers, and they own the Houston Texans stadium. Even though it's called Reliant Park or whatever, it's actually a subsidiary of my company.
No shit.
They bought up a bunch of small generation companies, and all of which had their own corporate sponsorships. I think they just wanted sweet tickets.
Probably.
Just bought all these big companies for sweet tickets.
Good move. All right. Well, anything else on that Hearthstone story?
That game is going to be pretty dead if they don't fix it soon.
It's going to get grabbed.
Well, because apparently a bunch of the after this thing blew up because of how much bullshit there was in that one weekend, there's one guy, Amnesiac, who's like one of the very top North American players right now. He put out a statement saying he's considering stepping away from the game.
Ooh.
And it's like when you got players like top line players doing that, then you got to start making some choices because you don't want everybody ditching the game and then going somewhere else.
It's okay. They can just pull a daybreak and just pay people thousands and thousands of dollars to bring streamers back to playing that game. All right. We talked about this topic a little bit 2 weeks ago. We didn't spend too much time on it, but this has kind of unfolded a little bit. PewDiePie dropped a hard N-bomb on a live stream a couple weeks back, and for some reason his subscriber count increased after the fact. Marketing scheme? I think so. But what happened afterwards was quite interesting. So the developers of the game Firewatch actually filed DCMA requests against PewDiePie for his YouTube playthroughs of the game Firewatch. And I wanted to get your guys' opinion on this because there seems to be a kind of a 50-50 split on the reactions to this. So basically, the developers of the game didn't want this game in association with this gamer or this YouTuber, even though he has the farthest reach out of any YouTuber when it comes to free advertising.
Anything.
Yeah.
If he takes a dump, people know about it.
Yep. And because you've got people like New York Times, Washington Post, Forbes, and every other major publication in the fucking history of news that report on whatever this guy does. So
which they kind of should. I mean, he makes over $7 million a year playing video games.
Right. It's kind of a big thing, I'd say.
Kind of the biggest fucking thing on the internet. 52, 53 million subscriber count on YouTube.
Yep. Insane. So
Still a fucking idiot, but
yeah, usually people with that much money are. My question to you guys is, do you think A, it's pointless, and B, is it abuse, or is it something that's just morally right?
I think it's just free press for them. I mean, Firewatch is a great game. It was a beautiful game. The storyline was fucking amazing, but it only lasted 5 hours, and it's dead. It could win awards and all that stuff, but I honestly think it was just these. He's already made the money off of it. He played the game fucking year ago.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. And whatever money he was going to make off of it, he's probably making more now because people are wondering, well, what the fuck did he do when he was playing Firewatch? If he just dropped N-bomb in the middle of a stream being an asshole, I wonder what he did when he did that. So he's probably making more money off of it now, but it's one of those things where you just wanted to get your fucking name out there. You just wanted to take a stance. You just wanted to get up on your fucking soapbox. It really hasn't. I mean, do they have the legal right to do it? Yeah. They have a universal license. They revoked it from him. Big fucking deal. But if he wanted to, he could bankrupt that fucking company.
Right.
By countersuing him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got a fuck ton of money. I don't know if anybody's watched him anytime lately, but he has the shittiest fucking setup ever. He's in a spray painted cardboard box 90% of his videos.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
And I'm with fucking Paul that someone needs to explain what people find in him. I don't find him amusing at all. And not just because of that shit. It's just like, how the fuck do you have, like, if they went and they went on YouTube and they canceled all the subscriptions of anybody who hasn't visited that page in over a year, I bet he wouldn't have fucking 1 million subscribers.
Yeah, I don't think his person would grow as a content creator nowadays.
No.
So yeah, I find some of his stuff I liked when I got into PewDiePie. Like when I started liking his content, it's when he was just standing in front of the camera talking. Like that's when I got some enjoyment out of his content, and that was probably in the past year or so. I never watched any of his early gaming stuff, none of his like game playthroughs. It was after he had already gotten a bunch of publicity for stupid shit that he was doing. He was just standing in front of a camera and like talking about certain topics and making fun of shit, and I found that enjoyable. Everything else, I could really not give two shits about.
Yeah,
but
it's ridiculous.
What do you think, 42?
I mean, I don't really get why they would. I kind of agree with Salty, where I think it's kind of pointless to try and get yourself a few more sales by doing something as political as that, especially because like he's like PewDiePie mentioned in some of the stuff, like it's a pretty blatant abuse of that system. Like that system's there to help with fair use of YouTube content, and they're kind of just using it as, well, we don't want you using our stuff because we don't agree with your the way you say things type thing. Like it's
Well,
kind
and
of
it's
a
one of those things where they didn't do that until after he got outed for this
yeah
latest bullshit. So it's
yeah
like everybody else is already up on the soapbox, and you just jumped on everybody's back and said, he's the fucking bad guy. Fuck him. Yeah,
yeah.
he's a fucking asshole. End of story.
I'm kind of split. I don't really know how to feel about this one. I think it's a little bit of abuse of the system, the DCMAs, because that should be used not in this way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the way that they were doing the cease and desist was they were using their own licensing from the game. In the game's license, it says that you can stream it, you can put it on YouTube, you can do whatever the fuck you want. It's a universal license. But in giving that, because they do own the creative behind it, in giving that out, they have the right to pull their license.
Yeah.
Anybody. And they're still the content is still theirs. Do with what as they please.
Right. I just don't. The only thing I don't see a connection with is how does, like, if you're gonna judge every single person who plays your game, like the people who play your game, they don't represent your company. They don't represent your team, your family, your name. They're just playing the game. So I don't see how having somebody playing your game, like if you really want to pick and choose who's able to play your game, you're going to have like 5 fucking people who have the moral compass of Jesus Christ. Like if you really want to start picking and choosing, you're going to have a hard time finding people to stream your game. So at first, when I first saw this, I was like, yeah, PewDiePie's a dumbass, deserves this whatsoever. But now that I'm like reading more into it, I don't see what it does. Like I understand the developer's perspective, but like I just don't understand the motive. Even after like reading, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Especially because like there's way worse people out there that are playing their game.
Right.
And they're not doing shit about those people. They're just doing it to this one guy who, yeah, he said something pretty terrible on stream. He did apologize for it after. And I mean, granted, he did almost say it again in like his very next stream.
Yep.
But at the same time, it's like, of all people to go after, you're going to go after the one guy who probably didn't mean to say it. I'm sure he probably does say it on the often, but
I mean,
there's worse people out there.
It rolled off his tongue pretty easy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
There's definitely people like there's definitely worse people that they could be doing this kind of stuff to, but they just did it to him because they knew it'd get a story going.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Paul said, there's way more important shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the same thing with sports. Don't fucking bring your politics into my video games.
Yeah, we just want video games, all right?
I'll never buy another video game from you again, motherfucker.
Speaking of live streaming on YouTube, YouTube has officially released a sponsorship update that allows users to sponsor a YouTuber or live stream YouTuber for $5 a month, where you get special emotes in chat, a nice pretty little badge, and the ability to use custom emotes that have been uploaded. There's also a couple third-party perks as sponsor-only Discord servers or on-stream sponsor alerts via Streamlabs.
This sounds familiar.
Twitch.tv/YouTube. What the fuck? So this is really just an announcement to chat that this is happening now. If the emotes and the community is anything like the comments section on YouTube, it's going to be fucking terrible. And I can't wait to see what sort of shit that we get. And if the approval process is anything like the support that YouTube uploaders have from YouTube itself, it's also going to be trash. So I'm intrigued, for lack of a better word, to see what this is going to do, but I'm surprised that they didn't do anything original when it came to something like this. It's literally the same thing.
I mean, don't fucking fix it if it ain't broke, I guess, but I've never purposefully went to YouTube to watch a stream, and I watch a fuck ton of YouTube.
Yeah. The
Like,
only
thousands of hours of YouTube. Never once have I clicked a live stream.
The only time I've watched a live stream was when I clicked on Phantom Lord's YouTube channel to see if he was live, and he fucking was, with an 8-hour countdown to his return stream back. I'm just mad that that dude has a platform to make money on again. It just makes me furious.
Whole nother community.
Because YouTube doesn't give a fuck. As much as they try to act like they give a fuck, they don't give a fuck.
Right.
They still make money. They don't give a fuck.
The only reason that I've found that they might give a fuck is that they actually banned Ice Poseidon.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean, they could have fucking done that years ago.
Right.
Same thing with Twitch. Everybody should ban Ice Poseidon. That guy's a fucking idiot.
There's people that get banned
and others.
There's people that get banned on Twitch if Ice Poseidon shows up on their stream now.
Yep.
If they don't do anything wrong, they don't do anything wrong. But if Ice Poseidon shows up on their stream, they'll ban that channel.
Even if it's body parts, not even a face.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Good. He's fucking cancer.
Yeah, he's bad. I can't believe he's alive. I cannot believe that guy's alive.
I will say,
like that other guy that was like live streaming, trying to sneak into somebody's house and shit.
Yeah, that guy got beat the fuck up.
I was going to say, I've been seeing
the fuck up. If he'd have fucking been around the back of my house, I'd have blown his fucking head off.
There's been definitely a lot of like I don't watch any IRL streams on Twitch, but you know, I keep up with a lot of the live stream fail stuff just because I find there's some really funny ones. But I always check a lot of them just because I kind of like to stay up to date on that stuff to see how idiotic people are being on there. And there's some people that are doing some stuff on there way worse than Ice Poseidon. Like, it's scary how brave some people can be on the streets.
It's not brave.
No, but
it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, but like, it's how brave they can be to be so stupid, right? Like
the one I just saw one. Okay, so I got to back up to what I'm doing in real life. Naaackers. The other day, I get like this line of DMs, videos. I think it was Instagram, and it's just a line of DMs, and it's videos of him driving the car with the hands-free mode on, telling me that I should be using Reddit. Like I've been thinking about it. You need to try it out. You need to give it a chance. You can look up all these topics. He's like naming all this stuff. So I go on Reddit. I made an account, and I spent like an hour just fucking around looking over the shit you would expect me to look over. And then I start going for the fucking deep end. And I hit live stream fails. And it's a fucking video of some guy live streaming in like Brazil or some shit. And he just met some random chick on the street who's very obviously shit-faced. And she's just like, oh, just fucking right on Twitch.
Yep.
He's just like, oh, fuck no. He's like running around and he stops. He's like, I'm sorry, Twitch, don't ban me. What do you fucking think? You know, with a bunch of drunk people you don't fucking know?
Right.
I wouldn't fucking live stream with the friends I do know and I've known for 20 years.
Did you find any usefulness in Reddit?
I do like it, but I haven't given it a full chance.
Okay, cool.
Necessarily like the mobile app that much.
Try Beam, the mobile app Beam.
BEAM.
Yep. BEAM. Yep. It's officially supported by Reddit, but is not an official app. Or maybe it is an official app now. I can't remember, but yeah, try that out because I don't like the Reddit mobile app either. But I like Reddit. I never look at Reddit on my phone ever. It's purely a desktop experience for me because
I think it would be a lot better on desktop because it's really terrible to navigate on.
Get yourself the Reddit enhancement suite, Google Chrome extension. It auto embeds GIFs and images. So when you're scrolling on the computer, you just don't see text. All of the images will just automatically load, which me being a visual person is very crucial for me. And because when I'm on mobile and I just can't see images, I just see text. It doesn't work for me.
Yeah, it gets boring quick.
But I'm glad that you at least gave it a shot, and I'm glad that you got some usefulness out of it because there's some subreddits like mechanical keyboards or DIY woodworking, that just seeing what other people are creating, and it's such a the inspiration, man. Seriously. All right, dope. Moving on to the next topic. PUBG, aka PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, is pursuing further action against game Fortnite. So there is a new game that came out a couple months ago called Fortnite. It's in early access, and they just released a battle royale mode that is going to be free to play. And doesn't look like PUBG is too happy about it. And from what I've read in the articles, they're not actually mad about the game's UI similarities or gameplay similarities, even though there's like on record of them saying that there are similarities. They're saying that they're mad about how Fortnite used PUBG in advertisements and, like marketing releases and shit like that. So a quote from the article or from the devs of PUBG. This is interesting. We've had an ongoing relationship with Epic Games throughout PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds development, as they are the creators of Unreal Engine 4, the engine we licensed for the game, says Bluehole Vice Penis Principal and Executive Penis Kang Han Kim in a statement. After listening to the growing feedback from our community and reviewing the gameplay for ourselves, we are concerned that Fortnite may be replicating the experience for which PUBG is known. We have also noticed that Epic Games references PUBG in the... Also, I love how they hate that they're called PUBG, yet they reference themselves as PUBG in these official statements.
I really hate calling it PUBG too. I'd rather just call it Battleground.
Okay. We have also noticed that Epic Games references Battlegrounds and the promotion of Fortnite to their community and in communications with the press. This was never discussed with us, and we don't feel that it is right. The PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds community the Battlegrounds community has and continues to provide evidence of the many similarities, and we contemplate further action. So PlayerUnknown licensed Unreal Engine 4 from Epic Games to make PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. And now they're seeing Epic Games put all of this work into a new Battle Royale game. And they're kind of seeing how their game is doing performance-wise and game mechanic-wise, has things that PUBG doesn't. And I think they're kind of feeling left out.
And wasn't it originally not developed to be a battle royale style game?
Correct.
And they changed it after the fact?
Yeah.
Because I heard some good things about it, but it pretty much died off after the beta closed.
Yeah, there was people who were enjoying it, but it wasn't until the Battle Royale came out that streamers got on board, and then streamers started getting... exposure and started getting sponsored by Epic to play these games on stream. So
it was a Left 4 Dead type survival game prior.
Yes. Yeah.
What the fuck?
So I'm not forming an opinion just yet, because there's probably a little bit of fuckery on Epic Games, side of things, and there's probably a little bit of jealousy and fuckery on PUBG's side of things. So I'm not really sure. But it feels like PUBG is swinging a big stick for no reason. They are the only game to pass Dota in concurrent viewers ever. Do they really need to be worrying about this?
Well, and the only legal thing they have to stand on is them using the name of their game in promotion of a game that's exactly the same.
Right.
That's what they said too. That's the only reason why they're doing this. It has nothing to do with the fact that I remember reading something that they were saying that it has nothing to do with the fact that the game kind of plays similar and there's similarities. It's about the fact that Riot Games or Epic Games is using their name in helping to promote their own one.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that they're really concerned
Just
about.
like PUBG, because we stole it.
Right. And to me, it's kind of like, don't bite the hand that feeds you. You're building a game off of a licensed engine. Do you really like? What is the point between starting that fight? You've got the engine, and you've got the most concurrently played video game on the internet right now.
I mean,
This
there's
is kind of
nothing
like
that
the
they could
Firewatch
possibly
thing,
do.
right?
They might just be puffing themselves up, right? Just for
I mean,
for later
they are
on,
the biggest
Unreal Engine
fucking
5
game
comes out.
around right now.
It's like Trump building the largest, skyscraper, and then, seeing somebody else starting to build a skyscraper. It's like, hey, stay the fuck down there. There's only one skyscraper in this town. Kidding me? I don't know. It really just looks like, a puff chest moment.
If something actually comes of this, I'll be surprised.
I mean, I don't. As hard as they've worked to build this game and build the community behind PlayerUnknown's, I don't have a fucking problem with them puffing their chest. They're fucking gajillionaires off of this game, and everybody seems to love it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it has its ups and downs, but it's still fucking early access.
I don't know. I understand that the game has done very well. However, they licensed the game mode from somebody else. They licensed the game engine from somebody else. Well, yeah, you probably put some spin on some, game mechanics and stuff, but your game is made on the hard work of other people. So do you really want to start going and piranha chomping these other people's hands? It just doesn't seem like the right move. It seems like such a petty thing.
There's a billion games that are made on other engines. And thank God, because the last bunch of assholes that wanted to make their own engine was fucking Crysis.
Right.
And they still use a 10-year-old game as the fucking telltale for any system you build. Can it run Crysis?
Well, and I kind of wonder too if there's
don't need to do that.
I kind of wonder if there's some part of it too where like Bluehole realizes just with how fast people went from playing H1Z1 Battle Royale to moving over to Battlegrounds, how quick that community might be to jumping to a new game if it shows up.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any chance in hell that Fortnite BR is going to anywhere be as popular as what Battlegrounds is today, but that risk could still be there.
Not to mention what little I know about Fortnite. Hearing it described as a survival game, like a regular Left 4 Dead survival style game, that sounds fucking stupid for a battle royale. It's just DayZ.
Yeah, you can build shit. Like you can collect resources and build shit in the BR mode. Like you can build your own steps up mountains.
Yeah, you can literally build like a diagonal wall that's like 3 times the height of your character and just climb up it.
I mean, that Ark did the same thing. When it was probably H1Z1. When H1Z1 King of Kill split off, Ark came out with whatever the fuck the name of that dead ass game mode is.
I can't remember.
And it was fun to play as someone who loves Ark, but if you don't love Ark, that fucking game sucks ass. I don't know. I just, it's hard for me to see a battle royale game with crafting, with actual crafting building.
And you can craft, you can also destroy. Like buildings that are existing when you spawn in, you just whip out a hammer and you just blast that shit. So
Survival of the fittest. That's what it is. Thanks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's intriguing. That this story is interesting. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it unfolds.
I mean, more than likely they're just gonna settle. They're just gonna take their name off their shit.
Yeah.
Because at this point, neither one of these people want a fucking legal battle.
No, right now in the middle of all this shit, no reason. All right,
focus away from what's important.
The game, the fucking game.
Games.
Last on the gaming news and discussion, we have Twitch has officially released chat on video. So if you guys go back and watch a past broadcast, not only does all of the chat load and you can scroll through it, you can actually post comments on highlights and post broadcast. past broadcasts. So I went and just randomly checked one of my VODs the other day and saw that all of the chat immediately loads as soon as you get to a timestamp, and it actually shows you the timestamp of that chat as you scroll in and out, and that is so fucking cool. Super stoked about that. And then of course being able to load or post comments on highlights, clips, and clips too, right? Clips? I think clips as well.
Yep.
Okay.
Clips has had chat attached to it for a while, hasn't it?
It's the one thing they have to change though, and I mean the channels that I moderate obviously aren't lyric or fucking, you know, Dr. Disrespect by any means, but mods get notifications when a message is posted to a video.
Oh.
And that is annoying as fuck.
I did not know that. Can you
shut
that
actually,
off?
now that you mention it, yeah, that is right.
It doesn't happen very often. I mean, when I watch a VOD, I don't put comments on it. But now that they're going more towards that, you know, you can upload your original content, you can do all this other shit. They're trying to start the worst part about YouTube.
Yeah.
Like the people that give a fuck, they're gonna know how to get in contact with you personally.
You know what I want? I want to restrict to only followers can comment. Because that's, even though it won't be foolproof, it'll definitely deter people.
Yeah. I mean, if you were a Dr. Disrespect or a Sheriff Eli or a Lyric, and you had 100,000 fucking people watching you, imagine the bullshit that comes through that fucking after post VOD chat thing.
Yeah.
Fucking sub only on those motherfuckers.
Right. Yep. And then extensions. As far as I know I have 3 installed right now. I have Schedule, Rocket League, and Bit leaderboards. So the schedule automatic, like when you fill out your schedule on the event manager, it automatically posts them to a panel below your show, which I think is fucking dope. You can add other streamers, so it'll show their avatars on the event if they're going to be joining you for that. That's fucking dope. And then the leaderboard shows top cheerers. So you can, there's 4 different tabs: session, daily, weekly, session, weekly, monthly, all time. You can choose which tabs you want available. So it's an awesome automated way to show the top cheers of your channel, whether, you know, whatever parameter you decide to set. And then of course the Rocket League stat tracker, which is fucking gorgeous. I love it. As far as a streamer and or as a viewer, what are your favorite extensions at the moment, and which ones have you installed on your channel?
This is going to be a topic for y'all because
I
haven't installed anything on mine. But the only real experience I've gotten with them to any length has been watching 42's Hearthstone. As somebody who knows jack shit diddly about Hearthstone, it's nice to have the overlay where I can actually like click and see what the fucking cards do and see what this number over here means and all that stuff. I definitely like the functionality of it. And with the new API coming out, it'll be interesting because they just launched the new API for the dev package 4 days ago.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see what people do with it because, as like I said, for games like Hearthstone where not everybody knows what the fuck's going on, but still wants to be there and support, it's really awesome to be able to learn without just badgering chat with a bunch of stupid ass questions. Somebody who doesn't fucking know.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, like Salty just said, the only thing I've really had much experience with is that Hearthstone overlay just on my streams. I use the schedule one that you use, and I use the Rocket League one that you use, but I haven't. The one thing I was wondering about that Rocket League one is how fast it updates. I haven't taken notice of that yet.
I'm gonna guess that it updates as often as the website itself updates.
Okay, yeah,
like
I haven't.
Yeah, it's got to be working off of something with their API.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's like Twitch API shit that's custom written.
Yeah.
It can only move as fast as the servers it's held on.
So I'm gonna guess. I don't know. I have no idea. If I was a guess, I would say 1 or 2 times a day is probably how often it updates.
Right.
So, but again, no clue.
Yeah, and other than like I said, that Hearthstone one's worked really well for me. I'd never streamed Hearthstone before this month doing this challenge I'm doing, and I don't know everything about the game. I can't claim to know everything about the game. I know a good amount, and I know a good amount about some, little parts of the game that some people might not know about. But to try and explain that all while trying to play the game competitively is impossible.
Oh
So
yeah.
being able to have that overlay, I didn't think about I had no idea that extension was coming out until it came out, really. I had seen some people using it, but I thought it was like some third-party program that they had got, and I thought it was gonna be a horrendously hard to get working properly. But the fact that I ran this challenge the month that I did and having that extension come out helps me out so immensely because I was able to really just take the effort of actually having to sit there and hover over each card and show everybody, oh, this is how I made this play. This is how I made this play. This is why this one sucks so much. That's why this one is so good. So I like the fact that those are coming out now, and I'm like you guys were saying, I'm excited to see where some of the new ones start popping up, some of the really super innovative ones. I just hope that there's some that aren't really super spammy.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to a streamer who decides that, you know, program X is the one that he wants to start using, but it's like in a million little things are popping up on your screen and all of a sudden you're having to close ads down to try and get to them and just all this other stuff. So hopefully they don't get too spammy, but for the most part I like them.
Cool. All right. All right, moving along to the final part of the show, the question and answer. So thank you everybody that submitted questions for the show. We will cut off the questions there. The first question I want to hit because I saw it in chat, but it didn't get submitted was Paul was asking about what subreddits I have subscribed to. And my favorites are art, data hoarder, DIY, earth porn, food, gadgets, internet is beautiful, Mac setups, mechanical keyboards, mildly interesting, Photoshop battles, Polyscapes, Raspberry Pi, Rocket League, Twitch, and World News. Those are pretty much the ones that I keep up to date. So if anybody doesn't know about Reddit, give it a shot. If you sign up, they auto subscribe you to a shit ton of subreddits like aw, funny, GIFs, videos, blah 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 blah
They
blah.
actually didn't do that for me.
Really?
I signed up on the mobile app and I didn't get shit.
Okay. Awesome.
Which is great because I was dreading having to actually go on a computer to fix all of it.
Yeah.
I don't understand how one of the biggest fucking internet communities in the fucking world is the shittiest app I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's not great whatsoever. And there's so many. One of the ones that's not on here that I check frequently, but for some reason I'm not subscribed, is the DIY woodworking subreddit. And to see the things,
it's just /woodworking.
Yep.
It's just like some of the shit. I'm like, that's fucking Photoshop. That's not real.
Yeah.
No fucking way that's real. Fuck you.
One other one that's, I think my problem is I have a bookmarked folder that's Reddit that has all of the subreddits that I go to. Some of them I don't have them subscribed to, but I have them bookmarked. And Arduino is another one that I go to all the time because I like to see the projects that people put out there as well. All right, moving on to the question and answer. We have the first question from Circt. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm so goddamn sorry. No, I'm sorry. First one is from Good Bowler. What are your favorite guitarists and singer-songwriters?
Deep ass question.
Yes, it is.
I've always enjoyed Led Zeppelin, even from the time I was a little kid. It was the first actual vinyl I ever owned. Was the first Led Zeppelin album, Zeppelin 1. And it was, I still have it today. It probably doesn't sound at all like it originally did because it's so scratched the fuck up. But I literally got a record player from a yard sale when I was like 10 years old. It had the same shitty like 3-watt speakers it came with. And I used to listen to that in my room every day, all fucking day.
All right.
Tear away forever.
I mean, I know one of the very first bands I was ever introduced to was Nirvana, so I know. Listen, I've watched quite a bit of Kurt Cobain documentaries and whatnot. I definitely say he's one of the ones that inspired me, and like they were one, like I said, they were one of the first bands I listened to. So definitely shaped my music taste for the rest of my life listening to them.
Okay. I would have to say, I mean, there's only one band that has impacted me enough to get, an emblem tattooed on my fucking body, and that's Claudio Sanchez of Coheed and Cambria. For those of you who don't know,
Fucking,
he's insane. I mean,
I've been to like 7 Coheed shows. I've seen the Neverender tour twice.
I've seen 2 Neverender show or tours.
A fucking psychopath on stage.
Yep.
He's the only person I've ever seen live play both behind his head and with his teeth.
Yeah. Double neck guitar behind his head. Yep.
Fucking amazing.
Him just the music alone. You can just like the music. But if you want to go deeper, you can read into the entire backstory, because all of the albums except for one, they're all concept albums that have a science fiction story behind them that he has written from scratch. And there's not only that, but there's an entire comic book series called the Amory Wars behind that as well. There's an entire world behind the music. So not only one of my favorite vocalists because of like his vocal capabilities, but him as a story writer and as a lyric writer, he's just absolutely phenomenal. And like I said, Coheed has been one of my favorite bands of all time. Like, I got their fucking tattoo on my arm. So that should say enough. And then I say if I had to pick a close second, probably Tom DeLonge from Blink-182, as far as like the goofy side of songwriting and just like inspirations as a musician growing up.
If we're just talking about straight up guitarists, there's a million of them. Fucking Yngwie Malmsteen. People don't even know who he is. He's like straight up death metal, but he could fucking make a guitar sing like you wouldn't believe. But I used to be into like death metal, like fucking big fucking surprise. Tattoos all over me and fucking giant beards and shit. But like back in the day, like Killswitch was like the lighter side of the death metal I listened to. And some of those guys are just insane. You just can't hear any of them because they're just screaming.
So
I don't even like. I never ever gave a fuck about listening to that music any other place than shows, because I hate listening to music where I can't understand what people are saying, which is why I liked when Howard joined Killswitch Engaged.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think Jesse has quite the stage presence.
Mm-hmm.
Now that Jesse's back in the band, I don't even listen to him anymore. I just listen to the old shit.
But their guitarist, I can't remember his name now.
Adam.
He's
the crazy guy who wears like underwear
hilarious.
and Viking helmets on the stage and shit.
When he was out here, he was just like, I remember he came up to the front of the crowd. He's like, I can smell some of you are on your periods.
Yeah, dude, he's out of his fucking mind.
He's so funny.
I met Adam and Howard outside of the 930 Club in DC. We had gotten there early as fuck just because we're driving into DC, so I always go early. I get decent parking. And so we walk up, and their fucking tour bus, instead of being parked out in like a back lot somewhere, it's literally on the fucking street right next to the entrance of 930 Club. So we were just like standing there. We're kind of scoping out the line and seeing if we're going to run and get some food or something before we go in, or, before we get in line. And they just like walked off their bus. They were just sitting there chilling. I was like, hey, what's going on, guys? How's it going?
You want to fuck?
But Adam would walk out on stage and like cut off jean shorts. And I mean, cut the fuck off. Like,
nice and thigh.
That's it. Uncomfortable.
Next question from Sir. Would it be worth paying more for a Switch cartridge, or would you rather buy a digital version?
Digital.
I don't give a shit about physical copies. Give me the digital, man.
It doesn't do you any good anyways. Like when I got my PS4, the reason why I used to like console gaming comparatively to PC gaming, of course, this was when people actually put out entire games and didn't just keep updating them constantly. Well, I was like, well, I got a PS4 now. I'm just gonna go buy the physical copy. That way, I don't have to wait an hour and a half for this 60 gigabyte fucking game to download. Put the disc in. Guess what? There's 60 gigabytes to fucking download any fucking way.
Yeah.
And it
So
isn't even
fuck
based
that.
on your. It isn't even based on your internet connection anymore.
Yeah,
No,
because
it's
they throttle
throttled.
the fuck out of it.
Even if you get your disc, it downloads the same amount of time.
Yeah, it downloads the disc and then it downloads the 15 gigabytes in fucking updates.
Yeah.
That's why I don't understand how anybody plays Ark on Xbox. And it's way bigger on Xbox.
Right.
They put out 2 or 3 gig updates like twice a fucking month.
That's probably the only reason I would like to bring back physical media is because you are forced to put out a complete fucking game when you ship it. Done. It has to be
But
fucking done.
now you don't.
Yeah.
As
So
long
that
as
would
the
be one
internet's
reason.
around, internet killed the finishing of games.
Yeah.
The one time I decided to do a midnight launch game, I did a midnight stream of Halo 5 when it came out. And of course, stupid me decided to go to the store to pick it up. And then I got home and I was like, well, sorry, stream, I got to fucking download it. So then I downloaded it, waited. Okay, now it's 1:30 in the morning. Let's do this. Fucking played that game all morning. And I beat it in that same sitting. And it was like, well, that was fucking pointless. Now I'm just
Now I'm just out
God
$60.
damn it.
This is bullshit.
Ugh. All right, next question comes from Scopes. When was the last time you got carded buying alcohol?
I don't know, when I was fucking infant.
Yeah, when you didn't have a beard, so
I don't
like
get
3.
carded for shit. I don't get carded. They just look at me and I'm like, yeah, okay.
I haven't been
shave, I
carded
get
in a
carded.
while. I haven't been carded in a while, but I went out to a pub just this past week with a friend of mine who I went to high school with. And granted, she like obviously it's a girl, so they don't have fucking beards that can give away that kind of stuff. But she got carded, which I thought was pretty funny considering she's the same age as me and we're well over the limit at this point.
How tight was that pussy, 42?
Well, I can't kiss and tell.
Chat, you heard it here first. First of all, you did not tell me about this vaginal excursion, so I'm a little bit hurt that the first time I'm hearing about it is live right now. Second of all, how tight was that pussy? Dude! All right, that's all right. That's fine. We'll talk about this later. 9 times out of 10, I just have my card out. Like as I'm ordering my drink, I just hand them my license. I just always, even every time I go to the liquor store, like the guys that know me up here never ask for my ID because I'm there 4 times a day. But anytime I go anywhere else, I just have the ID ready and I'm just at all times. Because it's like, if I can save 4 seconds between them asking for it and me pulling out my wallet, I'd rather just show it. Look, I know I got a baby face, motherfucker. Just give me my PBR and let me get the fuck out of here. Next question is also from Scopes. Destiny 2. Why or why not?
Why?
Why? As in yes?
Yeah, that's actually what I was going for.
Same. Yeah, I'm getting it. I probably won't stream it. Will probably be an off-stream game for me.
I want to say I'm not going to get it, but I'm going to get it.
I might actually get that on console.
Ooh. Oh, wait.
What?
Because I don't want to play it. I don't want to have to play it here with all this.
Move your couch into your office, sir. I will not let you do this to me.
I don't want to play it as
You don't want to play
like
it
a
as
multiplayer. I just want to play it through the story mode.
You don't want to play it as Salty Sam. You want to play it as Pepperly Jam.
I don't even know what the fuck my name is on my PlayStation. No
Poop
fucking
Dick.
idea.
Poop Dick
think-
Central.
I think the last game I played on that was probably Call of Duty Black Ops 2 or 3. I don't know.
Okay. All right. I'll give you a pass.
My wife bought me that PS4 for Christmas, and I own the same game that came with it. That's it. Oh, I kind of feel bad.
Something will come out cool for it, right? Before the PS5?
No.
PS.
Well, that's just it. They
X
came out with the
Pro
PS4 Pro like
2.0.
right after you got me that one. So
yeah, I'm gonna buy it. I played the beta, thoroughly enjoyed that one strike that we did. I probably, even though I enjoyed the PvP, nobody else enjoyed the PvP, so I'm not gonna be playing with anybody. But I'll be playing through the campaign and shit. Again, most likely be an off-stream game for me. I do not like watching Destiny streams whatsoever. I tuned into one and said, this is boring as fuck, and there is nothing intriguing about this whatsoever, and I bounced out. So I can't stream it for that reason, because I don't think anybody would enjoy it. Next question, also from Cirque. Project Cars creator said EA was trying to kill their studio and steal their underlying coding for racing games. Do you think EA is a sick company and should stop working with outside studios?
Really big question that I have no info on, so I'm not going to comment too hard on it.
Okay. Salty Dad?
I didn't know. I hadn't heard this. You said it was Project Cars?
I hadn't heard this either.
Yeah.
I mean, Project Cars is fucking amazing. I don't own it, but I've watched a lot of YouTubes.
I watched Lyric play it today. The game looked like shit, in my opinion. Like, everything other than the car, like the detail of the car itself, looked like Need for Speed 2 CD-ROM quality. It looked terrible. I don't know if it was just the track that he was on, or if there were some graphic settings that he was missing, but game did not look up to snuff whatsoever. So if you can show me some footage that can prove me otherwise, I think EA is a shit company in general because of their track record with their previous games. I think they're working on being better, but it's going to take me a minute to instill some trust in them again.
Yep.
Apparently, this is a thing.
Really? Okay.
I will post a link.
All right,
So this is Project Cars 2 CEO Q&A with Ian Bell and gameplay. And apparently the CEO kind of went off and went a little candid about their relationship with EA and how they basically tried to pay him off to not go to any other publishers with anything.
Oh, interesting. All right. Well, I will definitely give this a look after the show because that seems interesting. Okay. Next question comes from Paul. Are you all looking forward to cooler weather? What do you do in the fall? What do you like to do in the fall?
Yes. We had that week of like 60s, 65s, like just getting into almost jacket weather.
Yeah.
Motherfuck, I can't wait. I can tell you one thing. I wish this fucking week wasn't 90 goddamn degrees when I've been out in that shop for 6 hours a fucking day, sweating my nuts off with sawdust in every crevasse.
Oh, God.
It's like I'm outside with the air first, and then I realize that like every like flex point on my body is just like sandpaper. So I just fucking, I'm like, fuck this, hose in the fucking yard before I even walk into my house. Yes.
Being that I'm a snowboarder, I'm pretty excited for Canadian winters. Minus fucking driving in it. If I could have my perfect Canadian winter would be there being no snow on the roads, but tons of snow in the mountains. If that happens, I'm happy.
Word.
Plus, I'm ready for fires, bonfires and shit.
Yeah. I am excited. I had a good summer. A nice even balance between gaming, streaming, and doing things outside. I sort of kind of wish I did a little bit more things outside, but I think I probably have that regret every single time summer ends. But I'm ready to stay inside and play some video games. I'm kind of done going out and doing things. I'm ready to use the cold as an excuse to not leave the house and just stay in and play games both online and with Weenie. I'm just ready to just kind of veg out. There are games that I'm excited to play. Like, I have a whole list of single player campaign games that I want to play, with Red Dead 2 coming up, with Rocket League. I'm really trying to make a push to get better at that game, and Destiny 2. I'm just ready to just kind of be inside and just like not take the gaming time for granted, because like we were talking about before, I'm afraid that I'm going to miss out on another amazing gaming moment or another period of gaming. Like, I feel like because I missed out on so many games and so many experiences in my teens and even like my early 20s, because I wasn't taking gaming as seriously as I do now. Holy shit. This cat has not jumped up on this desk in like weeks. This cat loves my fucking girlfriend and does not spend time with me anymore. You should be ashamed of yourself. But I fed him today, and so I think he likes me a little bit now.
That's probably why.
Yeah. So I've done a lot with my summer, but I'm ready to not do as many things outside, and I'm ready to dedicate a lot of time towards gaming, because I know it's a passion of mine, and I've always had this little thing in the back of my head that's like, don't spend too much time on the computer because you're going to miss out on real life. This is my real life. This is my passion. This is what I love to do. I love spending time with you guys, and I love being, live on Twitch and just spending time with the people that make me the most happy. And I'm just ready to really spend some time doing that. So I'm very excited to be inside. And that's my final answer. Next question comes from Good Bowler. What kind of air compressor do you have, Salty Sam?
Ingersoll Rand. Pretty middle of the road.
Okay. Also for you, Salty, from Paul, what is your favorite tool?
Fucking like the most versatile tool anybody can buy, and it's might be a little intimidating at first, is a router. You can literally do whatever the fuck you want with that thing. You want to cut dovetails, if you want to do mortise and tenon, if you want to do just trim work, like what I'm about to do with all the doors and drawer fronts for my cabinets. I mean, you can do whatever the fuck you want. If you get a router, you only need like 4 bits. You get a round over bit, a cove bit, a straight cut, and a trim bit, and you're good to go. And it's a 60-gallon single cycle 240 volt air compressor.
Okay. Last question. He's big guy.
He's big.
I like big tool. Last question from Good Bowler. Who is the best Jedi in Star Wars history?
Jesus.
This is a deep ass question. The best in what way?
I would say, in your opinion, like, who's your favorite or the best? You're the best. I would have to put my money on Samuel L. Jackson Mace Windu, like, for sure. Even though his part was so goddamn cheesy, like.
Oh my god, that was bad.
He's still. It was just like Jedi's on a plane, just ready to fuck anybody up, and too bad he. Wait, spoilers.
I think I'm gonna have to answer Yoda, because the fact that he can do as much as he's done with his size, pretty fucking badass, and he's just funny.
Yeah.
I gotta go Obi-Wan Kenobi, because he was the fucking teacher.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan was the fucking man.
I am so excited to see how they develop Luke Skywalker's character in this next Star Wars movie. Is he just going to be a dark, senile son of a bitch who just wants to murder everyone? Because he's, oh my God, I'm so excited to see what they do with him. Because
I'm really worried. I'm glad where the directorship ended up.
Same.
The fact that there's so many fucking complications in the development of these next movies. And they just announced the Han Solo prequel backstory.
Yeah.
They kind of hinted at the Kessel Run being in the movie. So there's a lot of hype in my mind. Like, I will tell you all, and I think I may have said this, I don't know if it was on this podcast. It was probably on PSN Weekly, given how old the first new one was.
Yeah.
I went to see it in theaters with a buddy of mine, probably the only one even close to as nerdy as I am when it comes to Star Wars. And he had already seen it once before. And I was like, look, I'll pay for your ticket. I ain't got nobody to go with. Let's go. And so we go up and we watch the movie, and I walked out of it and I was like, this just saved the fucking franchise. Like the first newest one.
Like Force Awakens?
Yeah, like that changed. It's because of how fucking far between each set of movies it has been. Like our parents' generation grew up with the first trilogy. Amazing trilogy of movies.
Yep.
We grew up with shit second trilogy. I'm sorry, there's nothing to be found in episodes 1 through 3 that's any good. And then
except
now
memes.
Here we are. Yeah,
in my opinion, the prequels were better.
Well, then you are lost.
God, that's why Kanoe got fucking message deleted on that Jar Jar mention. Fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. One of my most memorable movie theater moments was being in the theater. I think this is episode. Can you not, please? Thank you. I believe this is the prequel, episode 3. The moment Yoda brings out his lightsaber to battle the Emperor, like the moment of his saber extending, the whole theater just everybody's screaming. That was like the most epic Star Wars / movie theater moment in my life, and that is why that prequel movie stands out in my mind so much, is just being in that theater with all of these people who had so much love for the franchise, and just seeing Yoda about to get the fuck into it with the Emperor was amazing.
Yeah. I mean, Jedi could go good guys or bad guys, but fuck bad guys.
Yep. Oh, we're getting into Star Wars politics. Sorry, is the Jedi or the Republic the good guys or the bad guys?
I mean, Jedi's Jedi. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Anakin Skywalker was a Jedi.
And that's one thing I loved that they touched on in Rogue One, was that the rebellion wasn't necessarily like the good side. It was like the rebellion was fucking dark, and they pulled some shit on people that wasn't exactly morally correct. And that's what I want to see, some dark, gritty Star Wars movies. That's what I want to see.
There's been some really cool like fan made ones that I've seen back a while ago that were fucking awesome.
Yep. All right, dope. All right, motherfuckers. Well, that is going to be it for the podcast tonight. Thank you for not only being here in chat and hanging out. Thank you for the people that submitted questions, and mainly thank you to the lurkers and the people that are going to be listening to this episode after the fact. What we're going to do is we're going to go around the room one more time and give everybody a chance to announce their social media and if they have any special events coming up. So, Salty Sam, we will start with you, my friend.
My name is Salty Sam. You can find me online on Twitch and Twitter at the Salty Sam, and you can find me on Instagram and Snapchat, Salty all day. And as far as events coming up, I look forward to my return to the virtual world once this fucking garage spits me out dead.
My name is MrFortyTwo. You can find me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitch at MrFortyTwo, and on Twitter at MrFortyTwoTV.
Dope. What you got for streaming coming up this week?
Probably gonna be doing something VR on Thursday, and then pretty much every other day of the week at 11 p.m. Eastern. Some more Hearthstone. Wrapping up this month of fucking Saltstone.
The old salt mine.
I'm never playing this game on stream again.
God
I'm still gonna play the game.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do it my own. I'm just gonna fucking RNG. Fuck.
Oh my god! I thought your
What
chair
did you
just
just
fucking
throw?
broke.
My wrist rest thing.
Oh.
Oh my god!
That's my interpretation of me when I'm playing off stream.
I gotcha. Yeah, you scared me. And my name is Naaackers. You guys can find me on this very channel. I stream 5 times a week. This upcoming week, I've got multi-stream Monday that's happening on Monday. Going to be doing Red Dead Redemption on Tuesday and Thursday. There's going to be no party stream on Friday, and then Saturday is going to be probably a mix between Rocket League and The Forest. And then, of course, another Crocs and Hot Pockets episode. Next Sunday is going to be a 1v1 with fellow broman and streamer Sixmax. So if you guys are interested in that, be here next week at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But on that note, again, thank you so much for being here, guys. I appreciate all of your support in and out of chat. We love you. And we will see you guys next week for the next episode of Crocs and Hot Pockets. Everybody say bye. Goodbye.
See you later. Have a good time.